You into football?
Yeah.
You're not really into it.
Until you read into it.
Whatever you're into, reading lets you go all in.
Hi everyone, it's Coco and welcome to the 2026 British Book Awards. The stage is set, everyone's here, and the show is going to start in just a moment. But make sure you stick around for part 2 at 9:15, where the whole show culminates in the biggest award of the night, the Book of the Year. See you guys there.
Bookseller, Philip Jones. Okay. People, kings of envy, traitors, devils, ultra mean girls, human animals, my friends, welcome to the 36th Annual British Book Awards. Thank you to MC Grammer and Michael Rosen. A magical experiment in some ways, beautiful, ugly. I think you'll agree, both were fearless, one mercy step beyond. Now, our last rites have been written many times before, but we are not tenants, raised by wolves, we are all in. And 2025 was fundamentally a great, big, beautiful life. An almost perfect summer leading to another Christmas we should feel entitled to always remember. We were not cursed, and if any of you made an impossible fortune, please see me afterwards. From Padella to T. Hunt, to Who Killed Nessie, from Arundhati Roy to Rosie Goodwin, from Sophie Rickard to Scarlett Rickard, to our Radio 2 Book Club shortlist. This is a sector where the artist rules, telling the strange pictures of where we used to work and the intergalactic monkey business beyond. And when we get there, before sunrise I hope, eat yourself healthy. This is not a pancake house, so enjoy your protein and olives and everything in between. And if your rice is best, don't be shy. Thank you, Selena. Don't keep it the secret of secrets. To Lauren and Reese, last year's hosts, I salute you. To sponsors, partners, submitters, and the teams behind it all, it was a dream to count all your work in, nesting now in my heart. But, oh dear, look what we got. So, if you're on a shortlist or associated with one, stand up. Give yourselves a round of applause. And on the catabasis that you now know who you are, do look for your exclusive Nibbies badge on the table in front of you. I'm sure there'll be some spares afterwards. And to the judges, there was no case of spice and murder or death on the beach. There was ice in our veins, ginseng in our drinks. We were the gods in the hood, investigators with minds of our own. We made our decisions wisely. Just ask Big Jim. He believes. I thank them. What's important, of course, is that we're all together, you and your body, in this house, far from the sea. Except, more than one of us is missing tonight. And to the women who are not here or who can't speak up, nobody has done more to bring the spirit war and the storm and the brimstone, your pride and moral ambition, defeating their prejudice and worse. This is a business that alchemized your words, activated the dust from which the books were made, and created a language of dragons, a deep magic beyond science. A rose garden. We all thank you. Your names are not forgotten. This is your moment, your time, your age. And now, I see a pair of long shoes behind me. So let the adventure begin with the introduction of your new host. Welcome, Steph McGovern.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Philip. How good was he getting all the book names in then? That was brilliant. I am so excited to be here tonight because I've been stalking your industry for years and you finally let me in, so thank you. So I'm Steph McGovern, and for those of you who don't know who I am, I'm a TV presenter and journalist, so I host shows like Have I Got News for You and Crime Watch. Little story about Crime Watch for you. So they have a phone in on Crime Watch and people will ring in when we do an appeal. When it's about a creepy bloke, before they can catch the criminals, they have to sift through all the calls from women saying it's their husband. Can you believe that? They ring in just to give them a fright. I'll get frank on that one. I also do a podcast, The Rest is Money, and for a long time I was a business reporter on BBC Breakfast. So I was the girl getting up at 3:30 in the morning to go and stand in various factories and fields and things. So much so, I was forever in hard hats and high-vis. And because of that, someone set up a fetish website of Steph in safety gear that I had to explain to my mum wasn't like a real site. I was like, no, it's not a BBC official site, don't worry. But I've moved on a bit from there. I'm now an author, I'm delighted to say. So big shout out to Pan Mac for publishing my thriller Deadline. The irony being I missed most of the deadlines in the 5-year process it took me to write it. And I did write it myself. Now I'm in the middle of the publishing world, and I have so much more respect for what you guys do. You know, I've always loved interviewing my favourite authors, and it's great to see so many of them in the room. But now I know loads more about all the graft that goes on behind the scenes. You know, the sales and marketing teams, the retailers, the publicists, the art department, you know, the agents, the editors, and especially my copy editor, who pointed out to me that in my first book I'd had a dog in the car for 3 hours and I hadn't let it out for a wee. And I did not know that job existed, but I'm very glad it does, because it turns out you won't last long as an author if you don't look after your fictional pets. And I've learned that the hard way. So no, it's a real treat to be hosting your awards tonight and celebrate all of your hard work, not least because it looks like everyone's going to get an award given how many there are to hand out. Also, I'd like to do a shout out to my northern sister Lauren Laverne and my mate Reece Stevenson, the hosts of this award the last few years. You know, as Philip says, they're irreplaceable, so much so I did have to kill them to get here tonight. But that's how it works in telly. Now you're going to hear loads about the fab books from Careless people. There's a few in the room tonight. And also to Dogman, Nesting, to Padella, The Other Father Christmas, to Skander, Heart, The Lover, to The Artist. So many amazing books, over 70 on the shortlist. So well done to all of you. Give yourself a round of applause. So tonight's awards, of course, celebrate the best books, the best people, and affirm the choices made by readers across the United Kingdom and Ireland in 2025. It was a record year for book sales of adult fiction, a good one for children's books, but for non-fiction, we needed those books more than ever. It's also, of course, the National Year of Reading, and we're going all in, aren't we? Yeah. Harriet Tice has been doing her bit for crime writers on the telly. Well done, Harriet. Oh my God, I was obsessed with you on that show. Joe Wicks for protein. You're going to see him up shortly. Dan Brown for product placement. Frida McFadden for wigs. Philip Pullman for cleaning. Book of Dust, you know, you get it. Now, I know there were also challenges. I spend my life talking about them as a business journalist, whether that's, you know, changing reading habits, workloads of your employees, or the general economic chaos. The cost of books, too cheap, you might say, versus the cost of cake, which seems to be going up in price, and let's face it, the book trade would cease to exist without cake. And the big questions as well, still unanswered. How many more stories of dragons, unicorns, and forbidden love are there left to tell out there? Is it colouring in or just colouring? And where does the rise of AI stop in all of this? Stealing books, selling books, and writing books, but crucially, not yet sniffing our books. If you know, you know. But through all of that, you've been doing a really important job, so you should be dead pleased with yourself. Not just as an industry contributing to the economy, which is often what I care most about, but also you're a really important part of the social cohesion and public health. You know, I come from a part of the country where things are really tough up in the north, and you see a lot of deprivation, and often it's the book clubs where you see that people come together who might not have much, but they come together in those moments to share the great books that they're reading. And also, one of the big reasons why I love this industry, apart from it being less bitchy than telly, I have to say, it's because what you're doing actually does matter to people, to the readers especially. You entertain, you inform, you give people escapism while at the same time giving them a loyal friend. So keep writing, keep publishing, keep editing, keep book selling, keep sharing that love of books. But now, obviously, I've got a deadline, so I'll crack on with the show. I've got a few house rules for you. It's really important you follow these, okay? Don't forget, I am Northern, and I'm not afraid to push people off the stage. So, if you win, come to the stage, you or your team. Really enjoy that moment. You can say a few words. And what I mean by that is 30 seconds maximum, okay? Now, I'm going to give you a bit of a newsreader's tip. So what I've learned from doing the news is, on average, it's 3 words per second, okay? So therefore, you've got 90 words to play with. That's your max. So if you've written a speech, have a look at it and check it fits in there, because that's loads. And a reminder, if you are highly commended, nice one. Don't move. Don't get up. Just enjoy the moment from your chair. You know, that golden glow of industry recognition from the comfort of your seat, please. That would be lovely. Now, as you know, this is a night of 2 halves, the book bit first, and then after the lovely dinner, there will be the trade section. Helping me tonight is, of course, the wonderful voice of the lotto, Strictly Come Dancing, and, of course, the Nibbies. It's Alan Dedicoat.
Good evening, Steph. Good to be with you again, and welcome. You're very, very welcome to the British Book Award.
Oh, I love his voice. It's great. He's the type of person you just want to read your book to bed to at night, isn't he? Of course, we're also joined by our fantastic BSL interpreters, Jenny and Lawrence. And you'll be getting loads of banging tunes from the Stereo Twins. So, we are going to start with our first of the Book of the Year awards, and a new award for 2026 for Graphic Novel of the Year. So to present tonight's first award, please welcome best-selling author and fitness phenomenon, creator of Lean in 15 and Protein in 15, which has sold over 4 million copies worldwide and is nominated for Non-Fiction Book of the Year. It's Joe Wicks! Let's do that. Lunging.
Hello everybody, good evening. It's so wonderful to be here celebrating the British Book Awards with you. And as a parent of 4 young kids, books have become such a big part of my life, and nothing makes me happy than seeing my kids, especially when I walk into a room and it's quiet. And I look around the corner and they're reading a book, and my kids are at that point now. So thank you to all the authors nominated on this list, because this is a category quite close to my heart. This is the graphic novel category. So, Alan, who are the nominees for this year's award?
I'll tell you, Joe. The contenders are Bunny vs. Monkey, Intergalactic Monkey Business by James Dogman, Big Jim Believes by Dave Pilkey, Ginseng Roots by Craig Thompson, Investigators, Case Files by John Patrick Green with Steve Bailing and illustrated by Chris Fanolio. This Slavery by Ethel Carney Holdsworth, text adapted by Sophie Rickard and illustrated by Scarlett Rickard. And Who Killed Nessie by Paul Cornell and illustrated by Rachel Smith. So Joe, tell us who's won.
There's some amazing nominees there, and lots of those books my kids read. And I want to say thank you to you, because they give your children like wings to read on their own. They really are amazing books, so thank you so much. The winner is, are you ready? Just met this guy in the front of the building. It's Bunny vs. Monkey, Intergalactic Monkey Business. Woo!
So let's welcome Jamie Smarts. Bunny vs. Monkey, Intergalactic Monkey Business triumphs with joyful artistry and comic brilliance.
Oh no, I'm the first one. Wow, thank you very much. I will be quick, I promise. Thank you to everyone at David Fickling Books and the Phoenix Comics, so many people there, I hope you all know who you are, for letting me do this nonsense and for being so passionate about comics. Thank you, Sammy, for your brilliant inks and colours on Bunny vs. Monkey. Thank you to my amazing agent, Jodie Hodges at United Agents. To the Bookseller, to all the booksellers and the librarians encouraging children to read comics. But I'd like to just say something, if I may. This country has long had a vibrant, thriving comic scene, just bubbling under the mainstream. All the independent publishers, the small press comics, the self-published, the kick-started, the zines, the conventions. We have a wealth of incredible, talented comic creatives in the UK. And if comics are becoming more recognised, then we need to see the UK comic scene as a whole and support all of it. With that in mind, I'd really like to dedicate this, the British Book Awards' first ever graphic novel award, to every other shortlisted creator in the category and every comic creator working hard to keep this industry going. Yes, please, yes. Everyone in UK comics is doing incredible work, and here's to it all being celebrated. So thank you very much. Thank you.
Tell you what, Joe Wicks smells lovely, by the way, just in case you were wondering. Next, new for 2026, it's the award for science fiction and fantasy. It's sponsored by The Broken Binding, the UK independent sci-fi and fantasy bookshop behind exclusive illustrated hardbacks and monthly subscriptions, and supported by the British Fantasy Society. That totally sounds like one that I'd end up on Have I Got News For You, doesn't it, in the missing words round. Joining me for this award, an award-winning bookstagrammer and respected literary voice, and one of this year's judges, it's Zubs Jamali.
Thank you for having me here this evening. Sci-fi and fantasy have the power to transport us to entirely new worlds, while also reflecting the hopes, fears, and questions of our own. This year's shortlisted titles showcase extraordinary imagination, unforgettable storytelling, and the incredible breadth of genre. These are the books that remind us why we read: to escape, to dream, and to imagine what might be possible beyond the limits of our own reality.
Absolutely. Thanks, Subs. On the shortlist are Alchemized by SenLinYu, Brimstone by Callie Hart, Ice by Jacek Dukai, translated by Ursula Phillips. Catabasis by R.F. Kwang. Onyx Storm by Rebecca Yaros. And The Devils by Joe Abercrombie. So, Zubs, the winner, please.
Just bear with me a moment. I can't open the envelope. And the first ever science fiction and fantasy book of the year is Alchemy SenLinYu.
It is. Now, SenLinYu can't be with us tonight, but she did send us this message.
I was so proud and honored to have been shortlisted for this award, and I am speechless to have actually won it. Thank you so much to everyone in my incredible UK team that played a role in this journey. My agent, Susie, and everyone at Penguin Michael Joseph forged so much passion into giving Alchemy this incredible debut. Special thanks to my editor, Rebecca, my publicists, Sharia and Jenna, and Jessie for her work in marketing. And also thank you to all of the booksellers who played the vital role of helping Alchemy find its readers. I am so grateful to all of you.
So it's thanks to Zubs J. Malik, and congratulations to SenLinYu.
Lovely, well done to our winners so far. Next, the Book Award for Crime and Thriller titles, supported by the Daily Express, one of Britain's most famous and trusted news brands. And to reveal the winner, she's the author of acclaimed psychological thrillers, known for their sharp insight into human behaviour, including Blood Orange, and a former absolutely exceptional Traitors contestant. Please welcome Harriet Tice. You look amazing.
Well, we may not have sexy dragons, but the crime thriller genre is still one of the biggest and most widely read out there. As a crime writer, I'm obviously biased, but I think it's the best because it's a genre that consistently delivers cracking stories, but yet has much deeper societal themes, even though they don't thump the reader around the head with them. As one of the judges, it was a huge privilege to be able to read some of the best and most successful books of last year in the genre. And I'd like to congratulate all of the shortlisted authors. It was a difficult choice to make. So, Alan, could you tell us who they are, please?
It's the very least I can do, Harriet. On the shortlist are A Case of Mice and Murder by Sally Smith. Death at the White Hart by Chris Chibnall. The God of the Woods by Liz Moore. The Impossible Fortune by Richard Osman. The Secret of Secrets by Dan Brown. And The Tenant by Frida McFadden. So, Harriet, tell us who's won.
So, the British Book Award for Crime and Thriller goes to A Case of Mice and Murder.
Sally Smith's A Case of Mice and Murder shone as an exquisitely written debut, introducing a memorable new sleuth. Raven Books' bold, author-centred campaign made a major impact, championing the very best in British crime writing.
Thank you very much. I've just discovered for the first time in my long life what imposter syndrome is. The people who ought to be here are my lovely agent, Anne-Marie Dalton, from Ampersand Agency, and Therese Keating, my editor at Bloomsbury, and all the people at Bloomsbury who've brought this from being an amateur dream into a real book. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you.
So modest. What What a brilliant speech. And also, doesn't that just prove that if you're sat at the back, it doesn't mean you haven't won? So if you came in going, we're in the cheap seats, it won't be us. Okay, we now come to the debut fiction book of the year, sponsored by Spotify, the global audio platform connecting stories, voices, and listeners worldwide. It's also supported by Stylist to reveal the winner. She's the author of 2 novels, The Butcher's Hook and How It Was, and is currently working on her 3rd. She also hosts the podcast, Twice Upon a Time. Please welcome Janet Ellis.
Hello, thanks for having me here. We are all Nepo writers. Let me explain. We walk in the footsteps of and alongside the brilliant, inspiring, creative writers in this room and in the wider world. And I'm particularly thrilled to be presenting this award tonight because we all had to start somewhere, right, Steph? And as a debut writer, there is no greater thrill than the words, the audacious act of the words in your head going onto the page and then into the hearts and minds and memories and lives of that most precious creature, the reader. And all of the books on this shortlist have delivered to their readers 1,000,000 times over. Alan, let's hear who they are.
Absolutely, thank you, Janet. And on the shortlist you'll find Fundamentally by SenLinYu, Nesting by Roisin O'Donnell, The Artist by Lucy Steeds, The Boy from the Sea by Garrett Carr, The House of Wolf by Tony Robinson, and The Names by Florence Snapp. So Janet, the winner please.
And the winner is, the winner of the debut fiction book of the year is The Names.
It is, and here's a message from our winner, Florence Snapp.
Hello, I'm so sorry not to be there with you to celebrate this evening, but I wanted to send a huge thank you to the British Book Awards, to the booksellers and fellow authors who've been so generous in lending their support to my book. It means a lot, so thank you. Also to my incredible team, who are just some of the kindest and most hardworking and dedicated people I know, most especially Francesca Main, Sian Baldwin, Leanne Oliver, Javeria Iqbal, Lindsay Sutherland and Carolina Sutton. Thank you so much. And I'm wishing everyone a wonderful evening and sending lots of love.
Excellent, thank you. Thanks to Janet Ellis, and congratulations to Florence Snapp.
Excellent. Now, next, it's the British Book Award for the Fiction Audiobook of the Year, which is supported by Audiobookish. To reveal this winner, please welcome a television and radio presenter, journalist and published author, and a National Year of Reading ambassador. She's a familiar voice on BBC Radio 1, co-hosting the Drive Time show, Going Home with Vic, Katie and Jamie. It's Vic Hope! Hi, love.
Good evening, everyone. How are you all doing? Nice. I love to see it. Well, it's such a joy to be here at the British Book Awards tonight, particularly in such an important year as we come together to support and celebrate the National Year of Reading, which for me is all about making books and stories and the worlds that they open up to us accessible to all. And doing exactly that, Audiobook Fiction has the power to take us to these different worlds and use our imaginations in new ways, which this year's shortlist exemplifies so absolutely brilliantly. The shortlisted audiobooks are
Beautiful Ugly by Alice Feeney, narrated by Richard Armitage and Tuppence Middleton. Cursed Daughters by Oyinkan Braithwaite, narrated by Waruche Opia, Diana Ikini and Nay Opia Clark. One of Us by Elizabeth Day, narrated by Richard Armitage, Oliver Chris, Amelia Fox, Genevieve Gaunt, and Bella McLean. Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen, adapted by Lula Rashka, narrated by Bill Nye, Glenn Close, Jessie Buckley, and others. The Long Shoe by Bob Mortimer, narrated by Bob Mortimer, Diane Morgan, and Arabella Weir. And The Rosefield, The Book of Dust by Philip Pullman, narrated by Michael Sheen. So Vic, the winner, if you would, please.
What a shortlist. Well, the winner of Fiction Audiobook of the Year is Cursed Daughters.
And I can tell you now that Cursed Daughters stood out for its richly immersive audio edition, praised for authenticity and emotional depth. W.F. Howe's exceptional casting and collaborative campaign created a groundbreaking listening experience, celebrated for its humanity, originality, and excellence through difference.
Okay. Hi, good evening. I didn't write a speech because I was afraid to do so, so we're going to wing it. Thank you so much to the British Book Awards. I've always felt very embraced by you, and this is another way that you've embraced me, so thank you. And I think to the industry at large, I've actually always felt really supported and held up by this industry. I want to thank my agent, Claire Alexander. I want to thank W.F. Howes for producing this, because I think this is the second book we're doing together, and I've always felt really listened to, but also to the narrators who, to be honest, I think they, can we hold it together? Because I feel like you guys deserve it. So I didn't narrate this, so thank you, Nate, thank you, Diana, and to Oriche, who's not here. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a good night.
Oh, I love in the speeches, you can just hear how much it means to people. Congratulations there. Now it's time to reveal the non-fiction, lifestyle and illustrated book of the year. Joining me for this award, author of British Book Award-winning Skincare, the queen of complexion herself, it's Caroline Hirons.
Behind all their winning things, look. I'm going to take them and divvy them up. Hi, good evening, welcome. Thank you for having me. This is very posh, isn't it? When I won, thanks, by the way, it was during COVID, and I accepted my award on Zoom. It was a surprise. It's a miracle I was wearing a bra. And then I was invited to judge the year after, and I couldn't be there in person, so I had to send in notes. Unbeknownst to me, they were read to the entire group. And I am the woman who went down in history in saying that Jeremy Clarkson had written a book about the country that made me want to buy a flat in Shoreditch. And then this year, she's not here so I can tell you, we got to see Prue Leith in action. Honestly, that woman kicked off and it was fantastic. So, the very, very worthy nominees for Book of the Year, Non-Fiction, Lifestyle and Illustrated are...
Thanks, Caroline. I think you may go down in history again. Always Remember by Charlie Mackesy. Eat Yourself Healthy by Jamie Oliver. Forgotten Churches by Luke Sherlock, illustrated by Ioana Iwaru. Fardella by Tim Siadarton. Protein in 15 by Joe Wicks. And To the Women by Donna Ashworth. So Caroline, let's have the winner if you would.
Now I'm actually quite scared because you all know I was a judge. Okay. The Book of the Year for Non-Fiction, Lifestyle and Illustrated is Forgotten Churches.
It is. Luke Sherlock's Forgotten Churches triumphed with brilliance and charm. Francis Lincoln's inspiring, independent-minded publishing created a comfortable hit, beautifully illustrated, joyfully campaigned.
Thank you so much. The first thanks must go to my parents, who are both not so well at the moment, and they dragged me around numerous churchyards and churches as a child, and even if I didn't appreciate it at the time, thank you so much to them. Thank you to Quarto and Francis Lincoln for believing in this topic, which is surprising to be with this award for. But finally, thank you so much to the illustrator of the book, Iwana Puwaru, who can't be here. She really made this book sing, so any applause should really be for her. Thank you.
Oh, that was a lovely speech, wasn't it? Next, the Book of the Year Award for Children's Non-Fiction and Illustrated. This award is supported by The Week Junior Science and Nature, the monthly magazine designed to spark a passion for discovery in 8 to 15-year-olds. Now, to reveal this winner, best-selling children's author, as well as TV doctor and BAFTA-winning Get Well Soon creator, championing stories on and off screen, it's Dr. Range.
Oh, gosh, right. Good evening, everyone. Thank you to the Nibbies for having me back. I am so chuffed to be here. They've given me 30 seconds to get on my soapbox, so I'm going to very, very quickly. This award is really, really important. This category is important, not just because I helped judge it, but I'm a children's health professional and author. It means a lot, but also 2026, as you said, is the year of National Year of Reading, all right? It's a great initiative to try and get the pleasure back in reading, especially amongst kids and young people. And as a children's healthcare professional, I can go on about the benefits of reading for donkey's days. I can go on about how it's beneficial educationally, socially, neurodevelopmentally, but I'm not going to, because it's not just a UK thing, it's a global thing. Kids around the world, undoubtedly, reading is a great thing. Initiatives like that and events like this are pointless if there are no kids to read those books. Around the world, we've got places like Gaza, Sudan, Ukraine, Democratic Republic of Congo, where children are being abducted, tortured, exploited, even killed. And we've sadly become desensitized. And that's not entirely our fault because of all the stuff that's going on. But I want to please ask you, as a children's healthcare professional, as someone who tries to care as much as he can, we need to start becoming sensitized again. Please, let's start caring about kids more. Use whatever platforms and privilege that we have in this room to help those kids who are reading and are going to be reading the books that everyone in this room is helping to create. Because without them, as I said, all of this is pointless. Please, let's start caring about kids. So, without further ado, the nominees for this category are...
Thanks, Dr. Range. In the running are Fold Out and Play Doll's House by Ingela P. Arenhus. My Rice is Best by Selena Brown, illustrated by Maxwell A. Ogini. Oh Dear, Look What I Got by Michael Rosen, illustrated by Helen Oxenbury. Sammy Feels Shy, written and illustrated by Tom Percival. The Wizard's Guide to Magical Experiments by A.J. Wood, illustrated by Joe Ryu. And You and Your Body by Dr. Poonam Krishan, illustrated by Veronica Chavez Morales. Now, one of those was highly commended, and that's A.J. Wood's The Wizard's Guide to Magical Experiments. Congratulations to you. But Dr. Range, we need a winner.
Yes, congratulations, highly commended. So the winner of this category, this was a really tough category to judge. The winner, Book of the Year, Children's Non-Fiction and Illustrated is... Oh Dear, Look What I Got.
It is indeed the winner, Michael Rosen and Helen Oxenbury's Oh Dear, Look What I Got, shone as a timeless, joyful masterwork, praised for its artistry and warmth. Walker's playful, thoughtful publishing brought this classic in the making vividly to life, delighting children, readers, and bookshops alike.
This is Helen. There's a lot of people there, and that's a nibble you've got there.
Yes, lovely, lovely.
It is nice, isn't it? Yeah. Helen does wonderful artwork, doesn't she? Yeah. Thank you very much, Nibbies. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you, Walker Books, for making the book.
Yes.
It's absolutely wonderful. Wonderful editors. We had Jane, didn't we? Jane Winterbottom.
That's right.
We did, didn't we? Yeah, that was good. That was very good. And Alice, Alice was there, wasn't it? Alice Primmer?
Yes.
You remember? Yeah, that was good. And wonderful publicity from Deborah Goodman. Deborah Goodman. One snag with Deborah, in this book, there's a snake. Sorry, it's a spoiler alert, but anyway, there's a snake, and Deborah actually thought of a great idea of way of publicising the book, is that I'd sit there with a snake round my neck. And I said, is this one of those snakes that bite you, or one of those snakes that strangle you and then eat you? And they said it was one that strangles you and then eats you. And I said, well, it's strangling me now. And they said, don't worry, we've got another few more photographs to take. I said, oh, it's actually hurting now. And they said, just hang on. I said, anyway, I'm still alive, which you may have noticed, and so's Helen, and we love each other.
Yes, we do.
Thank you. Thank you.
Cheers, Dr. Nice to see you. What a fantastic speech. I want to see them two do Gogglebox. They'd be brilliant on it, wouldn't they? Now, our next Book of the Year award is for children's fiction, which is supported by the Week Junior, the multi-award winning children's news magazine. To present this award, illustrator and creator of Look Up and other beloved picture books, please welcome Dapo Adelio.
Hello, everyone. This year's shortlist is absolutely stacked with brilliant talent, with each gorgeously created book being more than worthy of taking up the space on it, but there can only be one winner. So, Alan, shortlist, please.
Absolutely. Thank you, Dapo. On the shortlist are A Language of Dragons by S.F. Williamson, Fearless by Lauren Roberts, Lottie Brooks versus the Ultra Mean Girls by Katie Kirby, Skandar and the Spirit War by A.F. Stedman, Sunrise on the Reaping by Suzanne Collins, and The Adventures of Rap Kid by MC Grammer. So, Dapper, please, the winner, if you would.
The children's fiction book of the year 2026 is Sunrise on the Reaping.
And collecting on Suzanne Collins' behalf, a publisher Lauren Fortune. Sunrise on the Reaping triumphed as a defining moment. Suzanne Collins at full power, delivering a timely, powerful Haymitch story, brilliantly published by Scholastic, with spectacular impact, epic success.
Wonderful. Good evening, everybody. I'm Lauren. I'm Suzanne's UK publisher. On behalf of myself and everyone at Scholastic, we had the most incredible time publishing this book. It was a truly terrible birthday for Haymitch Abernathy, but what a joy for every single one of us to publish, and what a reading experience for all of the fans. Watching this book connect with passionate readers at scale was nothing short of thrilling. Suzanne is a phenomenal storyteller, and she has sent me some words to share with you all. From Suzanne Collins. I would like to thank everyone from the British Book Awards for this honour. I thank you and the publishing industry that you represent for championing books such as mine and the others in this category, and for reaffirming the role human authors writing human stories that resonate beyond the page and into our culture, particularly for children and young adults. The writings of David Hume and George Orwell, which inspired Sunrise on the Reaping, are incredibly timely. And the work of everyone in this room contributes to the world-changing power that comes when those ideas find the right reader. Your support in helping my books find those readers is greatly appreciated. Our thanks to Suzanne for her stories that mean so much to so many people. And thank you very much to the Nibbies.
Well done, Suzanne, then. Thank you very much for that speech. I have to say, bless her, while she was reading that from her phone was literally going wild with messages. I'm assuming it's everyone saying well done, so I was thinking, how's she doing that? Things keep popping up. So, an excellent one there. Okay, next, it's the award for the Discover Book of the Year, sponsored by Audible, the leading audio storytelling service, bringing books, podcasts, and originals to millions of listeners worldwide. To present this Nibbie, please welcome writer and broadcaster, author of The Secret Life of Albert Entwistle and The Castle of Stories, recipient of an MBE for services to LGBTQ+ and culture, and founder of new queer indie publisher, Pansy. It's Matt Kinn.
Good evening. It was a joy to be a judge on this panel, to read and discuss books by authors from minority communities that have been underrepresented by the industry, all of whom have had to fight and fight to make their voices heard. It's my sincere hope that this award makes that fight easier for at least one of them. And the shortlisted books are...
These: Beyond T. Hunt, by Bethany Handley, Megan Ankharat-Hunter, and Sinead Erin Hughes. Human Animal by Seth Insua. The Age of Olive Trees by Haya Mohammed. The Mercy Step by Marcia Hutchinson. The Other Father Christmas by Serena Holly. And finally, The Science of Racism by Keon West. So Matt, if we could trouble you for the winner, please.
I am absolutely thrilled to reveal that the Discover Book of the Year is The Mercy Step.
Marcia Hutchinson's The Mercy Step stood out as a powerful debut, praised for its vivid writing and portrayal of second-generation migrant life. The Sava Republic's bold publishing turned a once rejected manuscript into a standout literary discovery.
Oh my God. All right, 90 seconds, did you say? Oh. The Mercy Step was over a decade in the writing, and I'd only got 10 chapters done. I want to thank my amazing agent, Carla Briner. She signed me on a completely different novel. I sent her a few chapters of this, and she said, "This is the one." And I'm like, "But I hadn't finished it." She held a gun to my head. And she made me finish the book. And then I got 54 rejections. The 55th was Cassava Republic, a black-owned publishing company. And thank God they exist. Bibi Bakari Youssef, the owner, Layla Mohammed, a brilliant editor, the whole team, and specifically at FMCM, Sophie and Annabelle, who did the PR, did a brilliant job. I'm shaking, you know, I'm trying to keep it together. And I'll finish with a quote. I will quote Coolio from Gangster's Paradise. I'm 63 now, but the way things is going, will I live to see 64? I don't know. Thank you.
I love that. Bit of Gangster's Paradise. I bet you weren't expecting that in an acceptance speech. So on now to another new award for this year for romantic fiction. Joining me to present this one, from Strictly Come Dancing, legend to best-selling author, bringing mystery and dance to the page. His much-anticipated memoir is publishing in November. We might get a bit of gossip now, like who the new hosts are. Let's see if we can get it out of them. Please welcome Anton de Beek. Has to be done. I can't do it as well as you. Go on, you.
My loves. How are you? Are you having a great evening? Oh, I'm so glad you mentioned my memoir coming out in November. We've just handed it to the publisher, my publisher, Bonnier, the best publishers in the world, and extraordinary. And I'm glad I'm doing the Romantic Award because I feel romantic tonight. I've been sitting opposite Joe Wicks and I've been looking at his hair and I feel all sort of funny. It's nice, lovely hair. He does this a lot. Romantic. My memoir. Turns out I'm amazing. Now, everybody just please keep writing books. You're all inspirational. You're all brilliant. I love doing it, but I'm inspired by all of you. So keep going, keep reading, keep publishing, keep selling books. You're all amazing. Thank you. Alan, literally the voice of God. Tell us who is going to win, or who might win.
Thanks, Anton. Amazing. Imagine. On the shortlist are All Together for Christmas by Sarah Morgan, An Almost Perfect Summer by Jill Mansell, Great Big Beautiful Life by Emily Henry, King of Envy by Anna Huang, Our Sweet Violet by Rosie Goodwin, and The Strawberry Patch Pancake House by Laurie Gilmore. Anton, please, the winner, if you would.
I hope it's Rosie. I didn't say that out loud, it's in my head. Now, and the winner of the Romantic Fiction Book of the Year award is Great Big Beautiful Life.
Great Big Beautiful Life crowned a landmark winner. Emily Henry defining modern romance, expertly championed by Viking, whose bold campaign cemented her brand and delivered Romance Book of the Year.
I think my and Anton de Beek's meet cute starts here, so that's nice. I think when I message Emily to let her know she's won, she will reply with 4 inimitable words: screaming, crying, throwing up. And thank you. She will be so honoured and so touched that she has won this. it's just absolutely going to blow her mind. And her team at Viking are so proud of her. So it kind of blows our mind as well. So thank you so much. What an honour to win the inaugural romantic fiction Nibbie. Thank you.
Fantastic. Well done to Emily there, and thanks to Anton. What did we give him for that performance then? 7. 7, love. Okay. Bit of quiet now. Shh, 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 shh. So now on to a very special award. To tell you more, please welcome award-winning author of Sunday Times and New York Times best-selling novels, including the R&A Romantic Novel of the Year Award for Welcome to Rosie Hopkins' Sweet Shop of Dreams. Welcome to the stage, Jenny Colgan.
Hello. Isn't it amazing that the Nibbies have been running for 35 years and have finally gotten around to Romantic Novel Award? That is almost as long as it takes me to update my author photo. Of course, people have long accused romantic fiction of being nothing more than silly wish fulfillment fantasies, like being a chemistry teacher who wakes up on a spaceship and saves the universe with his alien rock friend. No, hang on, I mean a solitary man turning up in a small American town without any clean underpants, who's really amazing at fighting. Can we all just agree that choosing the person you will spend your life with is one of the most important choices humans ever make? The basis of so many of our greatest stories. It is about fricking time. We lost some of our great women's commercial fiction writers this past year. In particular, if you've been noticing there's rather more champagne to go around than usual, it's because we are still mourning our funny, brilliant, glorious, raunchy Jilly Cooper. Jilly took so much joy in her final years at the glorious adaptation of Rivals currently cheering up the world. To my fellow romance novelists, everyone actually fancies Danny Dyer? We also lost our elegant, observant, razor-penned Joanna Trollope. That wonderful, delicate, gimlet eye and deep understanding of her world has been such a huge loss to her devoted fans. Like many of us, I met those two when I was starting out, and their kindness and generosity to younger writers attests to the quality of people they were, as well as the excellence of their work. And finally, our beautiful, brilliant Sophie Kinsella. Who combined, as they all did, sharpness, jokes, romance, human warmth, and they made it look easy. Classic female error. Maddie once complained that people only talk about Tolstoy or something rather than just enjoying the books that they like for their own sake. She also had a quote, not Coolio, alas. She had a quote about romantic fiction that I would like to repeat here. Seize the moments of happiness, love, and be loved. That is the only reality in the world. All else is folly. It is the one thing we are interested in. That is Leo Tolstoy from War and Peace.
think I tackle issues, but I think just because a book is serious, has serious issues, doesn't make it great literature. So I just love to be read by anybody, and I'm very grateful for that, quite honestly.
Well, I hope that they laugh, because I like to make people laugh. I hope that they are entertained and maybe slightly swept off their feet with a little bit of romance.
I don't want to tell you what to think. I just really want to get the conversation going.
What an amazing film, amazing women. And we would now like to invite the families of Jilly Cooper, Sophie Kinsella and Joanna Trollope to the stage to accept the British Book Award for Excellence in Romantic Fiction.
Hello everybody, we're Louise and Antonia, we're Joanna's daughters. Thank you, British Book Awards, for this marvellous honour that we are so happy to accept on our mother's behalf. As the daughter of someone who was first a teacher, we of course had to look up the root of the word romance. Basically, it means vernacular. Vernacular means accessible to everybody. Our mother and the two wonderful women also honoured here tonight were mistresses of the vernacular story, books for everyone, as their readerships attest. They were, as well as being peers, great friends, and they loved each other.
Joanna would, if here tonight, have thanked everyone in the room connected for their part in bringing her writing to publication and onto and off the bookshelves. She was incapable of having a professional relationship that did not become personal, and she had a lifelong warmth towards the whole profession. Joanna would also have thanked the readers. How lucky have we all been to be Jilly's and Maddie's and Joanna's readers, as well as blessed to have her as our mum.
Losing our amazing mother 7 short months ago broke our hearts, and we miss her every day. But being here this evening on her behalf and knowing how much her writing meant to so many is a huge, huge honour. I know she would have been, to quote her phrase, absolutely orgasmic to have received this award. Thank you all so much.
Hello, good evening. I'm Henry, I'm Maddie's. Maddie is Sophie's real name, Maddie's husband, and this is Gemma, Maddie's sister. Maddie, if she were here, and I so wish she were, would have a couple of things to say. First of all, and this I'm sure Gemma would agree with me, she would be saying, what on earth is cocktail attire? She would be in her wardrobe pulling the clothes out, back and forth, few visits to shops, and eventually she'd have chosen the very first thing that she looked at. That's for sure. There's a few days lost there. She would want to say thank you to her teams. She was such an incredible team player. She loved the team at Transworld who looked after her through her entire career, over 30 years, from Transworld, from Madeline Wickham through to Sophie Kinsella, her agents team, Araminta Whitley, and latterly Marina de Pars, who have been absolutely amazing, her agents teams around the world, and her publishers around the world. And finally, I know that she'd want to acknowledge her readers. Maddie adored her readers. She loved it when she was at an event and a reader would come up and said, "You made me burst out laughing on the tube." She adored that. Or someone would say, "You changed my life," or "Your books made something really, it changed me during a time that was really difficult for me." She loved that. It was so important to her. And so with Gemma, we would like to thank you on behalf of Maddie, on behalf of us, the family, and on behalf of the readers. Thank you very much.
Wow, that was punchy, wasn't it? I tell you what, another thing to say as well is obviously they're talking about three incredible women. It's not easy to get up here and talk to a room full of people, never mind about someone you love who you've lost, and someone who means obviously so much to all of the room. So can we just do a massive round of applause for the family as well? Incredible. Now, our next Book of the Year award is for non-fiction narrative. To present this award, a senior correspondent and anchor at ITV News with extensive experience covering major global events. Hopefully there haven't been any while we've been in the room, but you never know. But also a judge for this category. Please welcome Lucy Watson. Hi.
I'm also a newsreader who forgot to put her contact lenses in and left her glasses on the kitchen table this evening. So my old friend, the auto cue, you're no good to me. I'm going to have to go with an old scrappy bit of paper, I'm afraid. Nevertheless, I am a journalist for my sins, and I like to think that truth-telling runs in my DNA. So it really is a complete privilege to present this award and help to judge it, celebrating books that help us make sense of the world and the world that it really is. And it was some category, not really a shortlist, but it was much more of an emotional workout for me. These incredible books are proof that truth can often be stranger, more entertaining, more gripping than fiction. Shall we find out who's told it best? Here's our Alan with a quick reminder of the nominees.
Absolutely, Lucy. On the list are A Mind of My Own by Kathy Burke, Careless People by Sarah Wynn-Williams, Entitled by Andrew Lowney, Last Rites by Ozzy Osbourne, Mother Mary Comes to Me by Arundhati Roy, and Nobody's Girl by Virginia Roberts Giuffre, co-written with Amy Wallace. So, Lucy, that winner, please, if you would.
This is the first time I've ever done this, so I'm actually really excited. And the winner of the non-fiction narrative is Nobody's Girl.
Now, Amy Wallace can't be with us this evening, but she has sent us this.
Hi, my name is Amy Wallace, and I'm the writer who collaborated with Virginia Roberts Giuffre on her memoir, Nobody's Girl. We worked together for more than 4 years. It was the honor of my career, and it is an honor to be talking to you right now, thanking you for recognizing her brave and powerful book. You know, she always wanted this book to reach as many people as possible, and she particularly wanted it to help other survivors of sexual abuse, not just those who suffered at the hands of Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell, but anyone who's been coerced into a sexual situation. She's clearly done that. It's sold more than 1 million copies around the world. but it's recognition like this that really helps keep her story in front of readers and also validate her story. And for that, everyone on the team who worked on the book is so grateful. And we just wanted to say thank you. So, thank you.
Thanks to Lucy Watson and Amy Wallace.
Fantastic. Okay, next, it's the Book of the Year Award for Fiction, sponsored by Carver PR, a leading UK entertainment PR agency delivering award-winning campaigns across culture and media, and also supported by Good Housekeeping. To reveal this winner, a YouTuber and author whose book reviews many of us already know. He's been championing reading online since 2016 and went on to write Universe, the ultimate guide to surviving university. It's Jack Edwards.
I'm known by some as the internet's resident librarian, but I have a confession for you, British Book Awards. You need a qualification to do that, which I do not have. So to the librarians in the room, I apologize. Your culture is not my costume. But I am honored to be here in a room full of storytellers. By show of whoop, is anyone in the room a member of a book club, by any chance? Yes, okay. The first book club, I think, dates back to 1643. And all the way to today, we're still gathering to discuss thought-provoking, galvanizing, and inspiring books that we read. I'm here today to present the award for Fiction Book of the Year, brought to you by Carver PR. So if you need a new book for your book club, look no further. These are the nominees.
Thanks, Jack. In contention are Berlin Traitor by Philippa Gregory, Dreamcant by Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie, Heart the Lover by Lily King, My Friends by Frederick Backman and translated by Neil Smith, Strange Pictures by Uketsu, translated by Jim Ryan, and The Rosefield, The Book of Dust by Philip Pullman. So Jack, the winner please.
And the winner for Fiction Book of the Year is Berlin Traitor.
Yes, Philippa Gregory's Berlin Traitor stood out as a fresh, compulsive Tudor reinvention, driven by an energetic Harper Fiction campaign. The judges praised its bold take on power, unmissable launch, striking design, and enduring wide-reaching appeal.
Thank you so much. I didn't prepare because I was sure I wouldn't win. I cannot tell you how many dinners I have eaten in this room, pretending to be glad for the rest of you. And tonight, I am glad for you. Thank you.
So well deserved. I love that honesty as well. Now, audiobooks for non-fiction come under the judges' scrutiny next, supported by Countryfile Podcast. Joining me for this Nibbie is an award-winning comedian and podcaster, a Sunday Times best-selling writer, co-creator of Scrummy Mummies, and author of How to Face Big Change and Come Back Stronger. It's Helen Thorne. Hi.
Hello, hello. I'm bloody thrilled to be presenting this award. I love an audiobook. I think ever since my first cassette tape of Winnie the Pooh back in the 90s, I've been a big fan of audiobooks, and they're having a moment now. They've come a long way, haven't they? They are the fastest growing format. They now give books to more broader audiences, they're more accessible. And especially in the category of non-fiction, having an author such as the nominees tonight read their own life stories infused with their humour, their tears, is a delight. And it's like the authors are there with you, isn't it? You can have an audiobook absolutely anywhere, in the bath, while you're folding the laundry, maybe even a cheeky walk. So it's a wonderful thing, these audiobooks, and I'm delighted that the nominees are.
Here's who's in the running. A Mind of My Own, written and narrated by Kathy Burke. Careless People, written and narrated by Sarah Wynn-Williams. Entitled, written and narrated by Andrew Lowney. Moral Ambition, written by Rutger Bregman and narrated by Boris Heastand with Rutger Bregman. The Deep Magic of Daily Consistency, written and narrated by Robin Sharma. And When Gavin Met Stacey and Everything in Between, a story of love and friendship, written and narrated by Ruth Jones and James Corden. So Helen, the winner, please.
The audiobook non-fiction book of the year is Careless People.
Careless People stood out as a gripping, essential memoir, praised for its electrifying author-narrated audio. Macmillan Audio's courageous, inventive campaign amplified a vital, whistle-blowing voice, proving the transformative power of spoken storytelling against formidable odds.
Hi everyone, my name is Mike Harpley, editor of Careless People. Standing next to me, where are you? Just over there, is the most courageous person I know, Sarah Wynn-Williams, the author of Careless People. Scandalously, as will obviously be evident now, she's unable to speak, embroiled in a battle that continues to this day. Upon publication of Careless People, Meta, one of the richest and most powerful companies in the world, obtained a legal order to silence Sarah. Despite a CEO who publicly champions free speech, the company has sought to ban her from promoting her vitally important book. She's prevented from saying anything critical of Meta in public or even in private to her family. The absurdity of these restrictions means she must constantly police her own life, facing life-changing fines for any breach. In an Orwellian development, the company now argues she cannot even be in the vicinity of Careless People or its depiction, meaning her book's cover cannot be displayed here tonight. She even has to question whether she can enter her local South London bookshop. Her extraordinary courage has come at a profound financial, legal, and personal cost. Yet, while we cannot hear from her now, Sarah's voice has reached the world through this audiobook. Careless People has helped spark a global reckoning for social media, especially concerning its impact on our children. The US Congress continues to investigate the issues raised in her book, having called her as a witness. Her story has been cited in the UK Parliament, and just recently in 2 landmark judgments, Meta was found responsible for designing addictive algorithms and for failing to protect children from exploitation. This push for accountability is only possible because of brave whistleblowers like Sarah. So, as Sarah's publisher, and as she cannot say the words herself, thank you. Thank you to the booksellers, the readers, and the judges. Thank you to Catherine Summer-Hayes and Christy Fletcher. And most importantly, thank you to Sarah herself.
can't leave, I think.
Hey, it's a roller coaster of emotions tonight, isn't it? My God. I think someone summed it up beautifully, sat on a table over here when they just went, fuck 'em! Probably, oh, it was Caroline Herons. There we are. Wow. So, we are going to move on to our next award. It's a brand new one for 2026 as well. The British Book Awards has partnered with Radio 2's Book Club. So this is the Radio 2 Book Club Awards, hosted, of course, by the brilliant Sarah Cox. The Radio 2 Book Club celebrates new fiction and authors through weekly interviews, reviews, and reading recommendations. To present this award, we welcome broadcaster, journalist, a very familiar voice on Radio 2, an instant Sunday Times best-selling author of Murder Online 1. Please welcome my mate, Jeremy Vine!
Well, what a night. Thank you so much. And it's great to be here, everyone. I am standing in for Sarah Cox. So she sends her love. She is on her way to Eurovision, and she would be here were she not in Vienna. Now, we love books and we love reading on Radio 2, and we celebrate great fiction every week on the Radio 2 podcast. And this whole new award is part of our love of books. And I want to not spare her blushes, but say quickly, over by the wall on that side of the room is our brilliant controller, Helen Thomas, who's made books central to Radio 2. So she's the one, yeah, she's going to be so embarrassed. She doesn't like the limelight, but she gave us the Chris Evans 500 words when she was his producer, and now it's the book club, and now it's this award, and also today, she's just announced that the book club, and this is big, is moving to Breakfast with Sarah. So that's great. Thank you, Helen. Our books are chosen with the help of librarians across the country. Let's hear it for librarians. Yes! My God! How have they not been mentioned before 8:05? So librarians have helped pick our shortlist and winner tonight. They've been chosen from the 25 Radio 2 Book Club choices that we featured last year. Very competitive. Now, Radio 2 man Alan Dedicoat, give us the nominations.
Will Jeremy, A Serial Killer's Guide to Marriage by Asia Mackay. Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Fundamentally by Nuseba Yunus. Catabasis by R.F. Kwang. Nesting by Rasheen O'Donnell. The Art of a Lie by Laura Shepherd-Robinson. The Murder at World's End by Ross Montgomery. And The White Octopus Hotel by Alexandra Bell. So Jeremy, the winner, if you would, please.
Here is the exciting envelope. The winner of the first Radio 2 Book Club Award is Nesting!
And in case you didn't know, Nesting is a beautiful, tense novel of hope and resilience, tackling coercive control, written with determination alongside work, evenings, weekends, and single motherhood to impressive acclaim nationwide.
Oh my goodness. I've nothing written down because I really didn't think I'd win. Would you believe it? It's actually my birthday today as well. So, thank you everybody for coming to my birthday party. No, honestly, I'm so moved, I can't believe it. Thank you, Radio 2. Thank you, Sarah and Joe, and all the work that goes on behind the scenes. Just really bringing books to listeners. It's just so important and it's brilliant. Thank you to my editor, Sophie Missing, and the whole team at Scribner UK, and special thanks as well to Polly Osborne. You've just taken Nesting to your hearts from that very first Zoom meeting when I was using a really, really old Chromebook, and you were just like a tiny, tiny little square on the screen, and you were just so supportive from the very start. Thank you to my agent, Eleanor Byrne, and the whole team at RCW. I think my mum and dad are watching back in Ireland. I want to say thank you to them just for all their love and support over the years. It means so much to me that this was chosen by librarians. If it wasn't for libraries, I would not be standing here. Honestly, my mum had me enrolled in a library when I was about 3 weeks old. I'm not kidding you. And we went from baby books to toddler books to chapter books, and she brought me to the library over the years, and libraries are a godsend. My little girls now, I hope they're not watching, I hope they're in bed, but they're at that age now, they're 7 and 9. You can't keep them in books. Honestly, they'd have me absolutely bankrupted. So thank God for libraries. They can go in, they can take out, they can take out like 10 books at a time, and they can choose which books do they like, which do they not like so much. That's okay. Which books do they love? And when readers find the books they really love, it's magic, right? That's why we're all here tonight. So I want to just thank the librarians all across the UK and Ireland and the world, in fact, for the work you do. Thank you.
Fantastic, a really important point there about librarians, and Rosen, happy birthday as well. What a present. Next, the award for the Author of the Year, sponsored by Montegrappa, the finest Italian manufacturer of superior writing instruments. And our winning author will receive one of their personalised, beautiful pens. And this award is supported by Big Issue. Shh, shh, shh. Listen, it's your own time you're wasting. To announce the winner of this prestigious award, breakfast TV presenter whose latest novel, The Island Secret, is released next month, please welcome one of the UK's best-loved presenters and journalists, it's Lorraine Kelly! Yay!
Hello! Oh, it's so lovely to be here, and I just wanted to thank every single one of you here tonight, because obviously I've written my first book, my second one comes out next month, and I feel as if everybody has been so welcoming and so supportive and so helpful to me. You know, it's a new world for me to be in, and I really feel as if I belong now, so thank you. I really, honestly, I really mean it, and I can't, I just echo about the fact about libraries. When I was a little girl in Glasgow, in the East End of Glasgow, if it wasn't for my library, I went in there and it opened up the whole world to me. And I don't think I would be standing here today if I hadn't had my eyes opened to the world by just being able to go to the library. So thank you so, so much. Thank you. Now, you know Alan that's doing the voiceover, we're actually never allowed to see him because he's so handsome that you would all faint at just the mere glimpse of the man. Is that not true, Alan?
Absolutely true. I said it last year and I'll say it again. I love you, Lorraine. Shall we take a look at the shortlist? It begins with A.F. Steadman, Charlie Mackesy, Elif Shafak, Frida McFadden, Mick Heron, and Ruth Jones. So, Lorraine, just for me, could you tell us who the winner is?
Just for you, they're all winners. I mean, I don't know how you pick out of all of that, but the author of the year is A.F. Steadman. Congratulations!
Oh my goodness, I can't believe this. So thank you so much to the judges and the Bookseller for this incredible honour, and in particular for choosing this award for an author who writes for children. As we all know, encouraging children to read from a young age improves their life chances, beyond socioeconomic background, beyond exam results, beyond anything else. This award feels especially meaningful during the National Year of Reading, when so many of us children's authors are out and about in schools, involved in the Go All In campaign and encouraging reading for pleasure, so thank you. Last year in November, when I was 8 months pregnant and doing a signing, about 4 hours in, people started asking me, why are you still here? Why don't you just go home? But for me, meeting children is so important when it comes to changing the way they feel about reading. Children love stories, but books can feel distant and inaccessible and othering. So I tell them stories about Skandar, not only about the unicorns, but what they can relate to about their own lives. How being young can feel powerless sometimes, how fitting in doesn't mean changing yourself, how doing the right thing isn't always easy, how sometimes loving people can be hard. And I let them tell me stories about their own experiences too, real or imaginary. And I think there's a magic in that, in authors and readers as story sharers, in books as community. Children love stories. We just have to let them know that the tales we trap inside books can bring them magic and connection, and that the imaginary might sometimes make sense of the very, very real chaos of growing up. Thank you so much for this award. I'm so grateful to my readers, every bookseller, librarian, my publisher, my husband, thank you. Simon & Schuster Children's Books, you're amazing. Thank you so much.
I love that she got, and my husband as well, get the thank you in there. It is time now to name the British Book Awards Illustrator of the Year. And with news of this winner, an author and illustrator best known for creating the hugely popular Tom Gates series, her distinctive doodle-style artwork and humorous storytelling have made her a favourite among young readers worldwide. My daughter absolutely loves her. Please welcome Liz Pichon! Hi, Liz. Nice to see you. You're all right?
Such a brilliant job. Hello, everyone. Isn't Steph doing just the most brilliant job tonight? Oh, yeah. Anyway, it's never been more important to inspire children to pick up a book, to get reading and to get creative themselves. And brilliant illustrators and illustrations do all those things. So thank you to all our nominees and congratulations to everyone. So the shortlisted illustrators are...
First of all, Dave Pilkey. Emily Gravett. Hugh Aaron. Ingela P. Arenhus. Mikey Please. And Tom Percival. So do tell, Liz, who takes the Illustrator of the Year trophy?
I'll get to say a few words. So this year's winner has been delighting children and adults alike for nearly 4 decades. Their books are hilarious, action-packed adventures with amazing, unforgettable characters. Our winner inspires children with their creativity and positive messages about friendship and doing good. They've proudly shown how ADHD and dyslexia can be superpowers, making books that are perfect for reading for pleasure. With characters such as Captain Underpants and Dogman, his graphic novels are loved all around the world, and in under 10 years, more than 70 million copies of Dogman are in print, which is absolutely incredible. I am delighted to announce that this year's Illustrator of the Year is the brilliant, really lovely person, Dave Pilkey.
Thank you to the British Book Awards. Thank you to Gil Hess and to the Writers' House, and I just wanted to say that about 50 years ago I was diagnosed with dyslexia and with what they now call ADHD, and reading was such a challenge for me. It was so hard. It was so hard that I actually grew up hating books. I hated to read. But fortunately, I had a mom who felt like the best way to fight hate was with love, and she took me to the library every week, and she encouraged me to pick out books that I loved, and that changed everything for me. I grew up to be a lifelong reader, and I'm so honored to share this award with my publisher Scholastic. You have inspired me with your hard work and your dedication, everything that you do to help make books feel like candy for kids. And I am so honored to share this award with you and to work with you side by side. Thank you, Scholastic. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Dave, an amazing speech. I tell you what, who's doing the PR for libraries tonight? They're smashing it, aren't they? Hey, get in. So our final award for this part of the celebrations is the British Book Award for Freedom to Publish. Now in its 5th year, this award recognises the growing threat of censorship across the literary world and honours writers and publishers who have shown courage and fortitude in the face of attempts to silence them. To tell us more about this year's recipient, please welcome 2 remarkable voices: a journalist and determined defender of writers worldwide whose work champions free expression and the power of words, and a political activist, economist and publisher, the wife of Alexei Navalny, whose memoir, Patriot, written by Alexei himself, was crowned last year's Book of the Year. She's also a passionate advocate for brave, impactful storytelling and for keeping silenced voices heard. Put your hands together for Jemiah Steinfeld and Julia Navalnanya.
Good evening, everyone. What a beautiful evening. That's a shame I wasn't here last year when memoirs of my late husband, Alexei Navalny, got 2 prizes and won in 2 nominations, Non-Fiction and the Book of the Year. Thank you for this. A book is always a conversation between an author and a reader, across time, across distance, sometimes across fear. When a book is banned, a thought falls silent, one that could have become a question, a doubt, a discovery. In my home country, Russia, countless books are forbidden right now, but history knows one thing. A forbidden word doesn't disappear. It always returns. Tonight, we honor those who make sure it does.
And that's what we're going to do. Ensuring that a story gets out is what we're going to honor. I've reported on censorship for 10 years now, and there are just, sadly, so many different ways in which people are silenced. One form that is all too common in the UK and the US today is how the rich and powerful use pressure, typically legal, to try to silence a story before it even gets published. This year's Freedom to Publish Award will honor 2 different books and authors. These books are not the same story. They're not the same abuses. What happened to them is not morally comparable. But both books experienced a series of legal hurdles before they were published. Both authors were silenced repeatedly. Both authors continued still to speak up because they believed their stories were of public interest. And both authors were fortunate enough to find tenacious publishers who took on their books. Well, you're not going to be surprised because you've just had one of the authors in the room, and she could not speak. That is a disgrace. Fuck 'em. The other author sadly took her life last year. But both authors fought incredibly hard for their stories to be heard, and for that, they deserve our applause. So I really want you, once I announce their names, to stand up and make as much noise as possible for these amazing individuals. Nobody's Girl by Virginia Roberts Giuffre and Careless People by Sarah Wynn-Williams.
So please welcome, on behalf of Virginia Roberts Giuffre, Publishing Director at Transworld, Susanna Wadeson, Non-Fiction Publisher at Pan Macmillan, Mike Harpley, and Sarah Wynn-Williams.
It's a huge honour to stand here next to Sarah and Mike, and in front of all of you, my peers, but we would all agree that it should be Virginia Roberts Giuffre standing here. Virginia endured 2 decades of devastating abuse. She escaped, she found happiness, and then from that place she chose to stand up and to speak out, to fight for justice for herself and for her survivor sisters, and so face further abuse, lies, and threats. It would have been so much easier to stay silent, but she believed her story would help other people, not just survivors of Epstein and Maxwell's abuse, but any person, male or female, who had ever been coerced into sex against their will. And she wanted to create change. Nobody's Girl is her legacy. In the 4 years from when we first discussed it to its global publication, we saw just Ghislaine Maxwell convicted in connection with Epstein's network. We saw headlines that obsessed over the world's richest, most powerful, predatory men. But on publication, Virginia's book put the survivor at the center of the story, and it has delivered change. The legal complexities to publication were such that when it came to it, we had just 6 weeks from go-ahead to launch. It took a very small but amazing team across the world, collaborating with extraordinary commitment and trust. Thank you to all of them, not least our brilliant and inspiring lawyers, and my 2 publicity colleagues sitting with me here today, Alison Barrow and Izzy Ghaffari-Parker. And thank you all. Thank you for supporting Nobody's Girl and for this award. Let's just keep fighting for the change Virginia wanted.
Thank you, Susanna. It's a truly incredible book that has made a monumental impact. We often think of the threat to free expression as coming from authoritarian states or government censors, but Careless People has shown us the terrifying reality of a new breed of corporate censorship. From behind closed doors, Meta deployed sweeping non-disclosure agreements, extrajudicial arbitration proceedings, and the threat of financial ruin, all to try and kill Sarah's story. Yet they failed. When Meta tried to silence her, this entire industry stood up and refused to be intimidated. We proved that while a trillion-dollar company might have the resources to gag an individual, they do not have the power to shut down the printing presses. In an uncertain and divided world where power is ever more concentrated, this shows why our industry, and non-fiction books in particular, are more important than ever. We are guardians of non-form courage. On that note, I have the great privilege of handing over to Sarah herself. She's not in a position to comment on her own award, as you know, but she would like to say a few words about Virginia Giuffre and Nobody's Girl.
To bear witness is one of the oldest moral obligations in human civilization. To witness is to be changed by what you have seen, and then to carry that change into the world. We are living in a world that now, more than ever, is dominated by networks of powerful elites, whose wealth too often puts them above the law. As they rewrite rules, they grow arrogant with entitlement and impunity, often abetted by a legal system where justice has become a transaction, not a right. They control and shape institutions and social norms that train us not to see and not to say. In Nobody's Girl, Virginia Giuffre takes us inside one of those secretive networks. She tells us who she saw, and what she experienced. Virginia understood who silence protected and realized that only truth can protect everyone else. And she decided, I will tell the truth, even if it destroys me. The people Virginia told us about had grown rich and powerful in the certainty that they would never be held to account. So they deployed every weapon that money can buy against a woman whose only weapon was her voice. They tried to exhaust her, to make the cost of speaking so high, so relentless, so total, that eventually the spirit gives out before the truth does. But here's the strange thing. When you try that hard to silence a woman who is telling the truth, you announce to the whole world that the truth must be very dangerous indeed. Now let me say something about what it costs to witness and to write. It can cost everything. I suspect Virginia had days where she feared every knock on the door, regarded every camera she saw with suspicion, and felt a weary dread at the steady flow of lawyers' emails, demands for discovery, and surveillance of her life. I suspect there were days when she felt very alone. Virginia spent years exhausted by a battle she should never have had to fight, and she did not get the ending she deserves. But there is something the powerful have never been able to destroy. Not princes, not presidents, not lawyers, not the grinding machinery of institutional silence. The power of a book. We live in an age where web pages can disappear, where a single politically aligned billionaire can spike a news story or delete a viral video. But once a book miraculously makes it out into the world, it cannot be disappeared. With analog tenacity, a book endures. Nobody's Girl is a book. Not a post, not a clip, not a viral video. It had to be a book. A book is a permanent testament. It does not need its author to be present, composed, or perfect. It does not need her to withstand another grueling cross-examination, another accusation. A book just needs to exist, and it will speak, long after the woman cannot. Virginia and Amy Wallace did not write their book so that we would mourn her. They wrote it so that we would read it, so that things would change. It is on the shelves of beautiful bookstores.
It is in libraries. It is on nightstands. It is being read tonight by people who will close it and know with absolute certainty that her testimony cannot be ignored. That the world she described demands an answer. The woman can be silenced. The book cannot. That is what the greatest acts of witness always do. They do not close a story. They open it outward into all the other stories that were never told, all the voices that were silenced before they found the page. Books are not monuments. They are instructions, not merely to record what happened to one person, but to change the way a reader sees the world. That is what we do. That is why we write, publish, and sell books. That is what one book can do when it is written honestly enough, published bravely enough, and read by enough people willing to be changed by it. And the truth, once a book unleashes it in the world, has a way of outlasting everything that tried to stop it. It makes the world a little less safe for the predatory and the powerful, and a little more possible for the rest of us. Thank you.
Wow, that was incredible, wasn't it? Goodness, I think we all probably need a moment now. So that's it for part one. Congratulations to all of our winners so far. There's plenty more Nibbies still to come. Applauding the great people, the great books, the great partnerships. And also, we'll be revealing our overall Book of the Year for 2026. So we'll see you back here shortly. Enjoy your scran and your drinks and have a lovely time.
Oh my God, those awards were announced and they sounded incredible. I cannot wait until part 2. Now it's gonna be around 9:15, depends on the time that we all eat. I'm gonna see you guys there because we're going to announce the biggest award of the night, the Book of the Year. See you guys then.
You into football?
Yeah.
You're not really into it until you read into it. Whatever you're into, reading lets you go all in.
Hey everyone, it's Coco and part 2 is just about to start. I am so excited to see the announcement for amazing industry giants and of course the biggest award of the night, the Book of the Year. I'm so excited, so settle down, grab some popcorn and let's enjoy it together.
stories and bookshops shape our cultural lives. Introducing a reading of We Need a New Name for Bookshops, please welcome Carol Lewis.
I think we need a new name for bookshops. Bookshop. It's a bit like calling a symphony a note cluster, or one of Van Gogh's masterpieces a colour arrangement. Yes, bookshops sell books, but I reckon we need a little rebrand. Bear with me, it should be quite simple, really. Firstly, we need a name that describes the way our shoulders drop on the way into a bookshop, because they feel like a home from home. Places where connection and communication and stories are valued. Places where you can bring your mind to meet a million other minds from around the world on the shelves. We should mention the way these pages sing with sadness and yearning, with cheerfulness and wonder, and how they lift us up and make us feel seen. We need a descriptor, too, for the way bookshops build communities around them, through book clubs and readings and signings, and the way they are the connective tissue that hold towns and villages together. Of course, the name should suggest the way they stimulate conversation, disseminate information, pull people in from the edges and into the centre. We should definitely mention the way they nurture children and young people, drawing them into a lifetime of reading, improving their literacy and emotional understanding, and increasing their quality of life tenfold. How they provide reading corners and kids clubs and build their imaginations, and how those imaginations can be crucial refuges and resting places in a busy, bewildering world. Perhaps we should also describe the giddy excitement in a child's eyes when they realise there's another one in that series, and another, and how that giddiness can spill over into their writing and speaking and turn them into thinking, creative, problem-solving adults. And we should absolutely have something in the new name for bookshops that honours the thousands of relationships formed between booksellers and their readers, built on respect, recommendation, and a mutual love of reading. The way booksellers curate and consider the thought that goes into displays that honour the books and the writers. How every day they advocate for novels they feel passionate about, pressing books into hands that will love them. We also need a name that suggests how they support local authors, making them feel part of something much bigger, and how they paint windows that elicit gasps from passers-by, and for the authors of those very books, the touching sight of dreams finally realised. I was thinking yesterday, whilst watching my son stay up way past his bedtime reading, that we have to have a name that reflects the way that they provide entertainment, joy, excitement, and silliness. And when I saw my daughter's collection of special sprayed edges editions, I remembered that we should put in something about the way they provide beauty too. I don't know. But I'm thinking that perhaps we should mention that they are the mark of a vibrant, thinking society. A society which values knowledge and which questions everything. Because we all know that societies that think they have all the answers are actually the most dangerous. With so many books being banned around the world and the onslaught of social media and its attempts to drive wedges between us, maybe we should mention how they are the light in the darkness. Each book on the shelf a constant reminder of our common humanity, rather than the things that divide us. Efallai y dylwn ni sôn hefyd am y modd y maen nhw'n cadw ein hiaith, yn angori ein diwylliant, yn cynnal sgyrsiau ac yn clymu cymunedau. Y modd y mae siopau llyfrau yn sefyll yn wyneb heriau'r byd ac yn sibrwd I ni yma o hyd. And just in case Not everybody speaks Welsh. I'll translate the last paragraph. Perhaps we should also mention the way they protect our language, anchor our culture, host our conversations, and bind our linguistic communities together. The way that bookshops harbour minoritized language and help them whisper, yes, we're still here. So all we really need is a name that encompasses all of these things and more. A name that captures their magic, their wonder, the way they are so much more than themselves, the way they are a collective of good things, of kindness and curiosity, of listening and hearing, of speaking and being allowed to speak, of argument and counter-argument, of reasoning and philosophy, of educating and being educated, of seeing and being seen. They are indeed the stuff of life itself. If we could only find a name, short and snappy, something that could be easily be painted on a sign. Until then, till we find that name, we'll just have to call them bookshops.
Oh, God!
Thanks to Carol Lewis. Now please welcome back Steph McGovern.
How fab was Carol then? That was amazing, wasn't it? Big thank you as well to Jenny and Lawrence, who are BSL interpreters. And the Stereo Twins. Yeah. I trust you've all enjoyed your dinner. Just a reminder from me, obviously, if you are a winner, brilliant, come up, do your speech, keep it short, get off. It's also worth just checking your teeth, given you've had that dinner. You know, just for pictures and stuff, you'll be raging if you get home tomorrow and see you've got, you know, green stuff in your teeth. Anyway, welcome back to this year's Nibbies, and once again, a warm welcome to those of you who are watching online as well. Now, before we get into the awards, just a reminder that this year is all about the National Year of Reading.
You into football? Yeah. You're not really into it until you read into it. Whatever you're into, reading lets you go all in.
Let's go all in
for the National Year of Reading.
Excellent. I should have read what was coming next. Right, and to tell us more, we welcome Master of Crime and creator of the best-selling Roy Gray series with record-breaking #1s and global adaptations. It's Peter James.
Hi, everybody. It's a very great honor to be here tonight as a National Year of Reading ambassador. On behalf of everyone involved, thank you to all of you in this truly wonderful world of bookselling that we're all fortunate enough to inhabit, for your support, passion, and commitment to making this year such a success. Independent bookshops play a vital role in helping people to read more widely and more adventurously, and encouraging them to go all in on the things they already love, whether that's football, baking, history, or, of course, crime. I honestly do not think I would be standing here tonight were it not for independent bookshops. When I was first published back in 1981, very much the new kid on the mid-list block, It was the enthusiasm of independent booksellers, hand-selling my books to readers, that helped me get my foot onto the very first rung of the ladder, for which I will forever be grateful. The dedication of independent bookshops, both in championing authors and encouraging reading and literacy within their local communities, is endlessly inspiring. So thank you from the bottom of my heart to all of you independents for everything you do to keep reading alive, thriving, and at the heart of our communities. And now back to Steph.
Peter, thank you. Thank you very much, Peter. Peter's going to stick around with us for our first award for part 2 for the Independent Bookshop of the Year, sponsored by Gardeners, Europe's leading wholesaler of books and entertainment products, who are celebrating 40 years supporting the book trade this year. So, worthy round of applause. 2026 marks the 17th year of Gardeners supporting these awards, and throughout that, they have generously awarded the winner £5,000 to be used as an investment in the growth of their bookshop. So congratulations to all of the regional and country finalists. Put your hands together for them. From those 9 outstanding independent bookshops, resilient and passionate, shone as regional winners nationwide. Alan, if you're still up there, let's have the details.
I am indeed. Here come the 9. Backstory. Book Lovers Bookshop. Fold Dorset. Griffin Books. P&G Wells. The Book Hive, The Rabbit Hole, The Secret Bookshelf, and Truman Books. But Peter, the winner, please.
And the winner of the Independent Bookshop of the Year is Book Lovers Bookshop.
And to present Book Lovers Bookshop with their cheque and trophy, please welcome Gardeners Chief Sales Officer Nigel Wyman. Book Lovers Bookshop shines as a fearless, crowd-funded Edinburgh indie, celebrating romance, community and inclusivity through vibrant events, creative collaboration and nationwide acclaim.
Sorry, I'm crying. We only opened a year and a half ago, and when I opened the shop, I did it because I wanted to create a space for romance books, readers and authors to be celebrated. I never imagined we would end up here. Truly, thank you so much to Anna, our lovely assistant manager, my parents for always celebrating the arts, my partner for supporting me through highs and lows of running a business, our wonderful booksellers back home, the wonderful Ruth and Gardner's team, Mary and Olivia from the Edinburgh Bookshop, who welcomed me into the bookselling community with so much joy, all of the publishers, who have welcomed us and shown us love and support, and all of the authors who have shown us love and support. But definitely not least, our readers who have made every day of running Book Lovers Bookshop and our existence absolutely magical. This award isn't just for our bookshop. This award is for romance publishing and all of the wonderful people that make our industry so beautiful and bright. So thank you.
Thank you, thanks, Peter. Well done. I can't wait to see them getting on the tube with that cheque. Well done. That was a brilliant speech. And that means, of course, that Book Lovers Bookshop will join the shortlist for Book Retailer of the Year. Next, though, it's Marketing Strategies. This award is sponsored by Nielsen IQ Book Data, connecting, of course, the industry with data to aid the discovery and purchase, distribution and sales measurements of books. My God, those numbers matter every week, don't they? Well, this year's publishers' teams delivered standout marketing strategies combining digital innovation and bold activations to boost visibility and sales. And these are the finalists. Alan.
Liv Marsden for Butter PB. Andy Ioannou, Claire Bush and Katie Roden for Careless People. Anya Gordon, Olivia Pither and Jess Millett for Don't Let Him In. Evelyn Opoku Agyaman for Pablo and Splash Roman Holiday. Natalie Rand, Tom Markland, Rima Rashid and Elizabeth Whittingham for Strange Pictures and Strange Houses. Rachel Partridge, Ellen Thompson and Hannah Griffiths for Sunrise on the Reaping. Daniel Fricker, Alessia Bonser and Mia Elkerton for The Adventures of Rat Kid. Kate Bagley for The Artist. Joanna Rose and Rachel Quinn for The Dose Effect. And Sarah Roberts for Wayward TXF imprint launch.
Some brilliant finalists there. I finally get to open an envelope. So the award for Marketing Strategy of the Year goes to Rachel Partridge, Ellen Thompson and Hannah Griffiths.
They are indeed the winners. Scholastic's powerhouse campaign for Sunrise on the Reaping created a cultural moment, delivering record-breaking sales and multiple Nibbies wins through bold creativity, flawless execution and global ambition.
To be here at all. So a huge thank you to the judges and the bookseller for choosing us. And I think it feels actually even more special that a children's campaign has won in the National Year of Reading. I don't think that's happened for years and years and years. Marketing awards are never ever won in a vacuum, and we have to say a huge thank you to Suzanne Collins for absolutely sublime writing that connected so many readers with this book. And the biggest thank you to the Scholastic fam. This is the icing on the cake of all the work that went in from production, design, editorial, sales, and it feels really, really special to celebrate it with all of you tonight. Thank you. Thank you.
Congratulations. Next up, it's the award for Publicity Campaign of the Year, celebrating acclaimed publicity campaign showcasing exceptional creativity, charisma and impact across publishing and retail. Alan, let's have the shortlist.
Okay, Steph, beginning with Penguin Michael Joseph's Sriya Varadarajan and Jenna Petz for Alchemized. Ibris Zabiba Kohli for Bustani. Penguin Michael Joseph's Ellie Hughes and Sriya Varadarajan for Death at the White Hart. Simon & Schuster Children's Books, Ellen Abernethy and Deborah Goodman for Fearless. Orion's Francesca Pierce and Aoife Datta for Fundamentally. Bookseller Association's Simon Armstrong for Independent Bookshop Week 2025. Doubleday's Alison Barrow and Izzy Ghaffari Parker for Nobody's Girl. From Pushkin Press, Stephen Cooper for Strange Pictures. Simon & Schuster Children's Books, Jess Dean for The Adventures of Rat Kid. And Canongate's Amani Banarali for The Secret Painter. Steph.
Excellent, thank you. Fantastic lineup there. And the award for Publicity Campaign of the Year goes to Alison Barrow and Izzy Ghaffari-Parker.
Absolutely, Doubleday's campaign for Nobody's Girl set a benchmark for principled, sensitive publicity.
Thank you so much for this award. It's an honour to stand here beside Alison and in front of you all. Throughout this campaign, we wanted to ensure Virginia's voice and story remained at the centre of all we did. Therefore, we want to thank our media partners at The Guardian and BBC Newsnight for working in tandem with us towards this goal. Their extraordinary and far-reaching coverage treated this story with the care and integrity it deserves, placing Virginia's voice firmly at the heart of the national conversation.
Working on the PR for Nobody's Girl was such an exceptional, singular experience. The campaign carried so much with it: expectation, weight, responsibility, and multiple powerful emotions, as you've seen this evening. At its centre stood three extraordinary women: our publisher, Susanna Wadeson, whose absolute vision and conviction brought this book to UK readers. Thank you, Susanna, and thank you for working so brilliantly with us. Our co-writer, Amy Wallace, whose integrity and friendship helped this story sing with clarity and courage. And above all, Virginia Roberts Giuffre. Virginia's words remain candid, fearless, and alive. She did more than tell her story. She turned pain into purpose and opened the door to change. For Izzy and me in receiving this award, for shepherding her words carefully onto the media landscape, we stand for Virginia, and we continue to do so. Thank you very much.
Well done. Congratulations. Oh, fantastic. Well done to the team there. Next in the spotlight are libraries. They've not had much of a mention tonight, so we thought we'd shine a light on them. This is sponsored by DK, global publisher of internationally best-selling authors and illustrators, with the award run in association with the Reading Agency. This category saw a record number of entries, showing that libraries continue to promote reading, widen access, and bring communities together. So congratulations to all the regional and country finalists. So from those, we have 8 regional and country winners, with each of the 5 English regional winners receiving an extra £1,000 award. So joining me, we welcome Doctor, Author and Champion of Curious Young Minds with a shortlisted children's book, You and Your Body, Dr. Poonam Krishan, along with the Libraries Minister, Baroness Twycross.
Hello everyone, I hope you're all having a gorgeous, gorgeous night. Now, libraries have always felt incredibly special to me. Growing up in Glasgow, my local library was a place of curiosity, comfort and possibility. Somewhere that felt safe, where you could lose yourself for hours and hours in books and stories. And now, as a mum, I've loved watching my own children discover that joy and magic. Now, libraries do so much more than lend books. They bring communities together and create spaces where people can learn, connect, escape, imagine, and feel inspired. So it's a real privilege to present the Library of the Year Award tonight, sponsored by my publisher, DK, in partnership with the Reading Agency. The shortlisted libraries are
Cornwall Libraries, One Hull of a Reed, Neath Port Talbot's Children's Book Festival, City of Edinburgh Libraries. To Be at Southwark Libraries campaign. Francis Brown's Storytellers. Warwickshire Libraries Book Bingo. And the West Sussex Library Service Centenary Project. So, Dr. Christian, the winner, please.
What a list. Ooh, lordy lord, I'm so proud to say that the Library of the Year goes to, so proud, City of Edinburgh Libraries.
This inspiring prison library project brings compassion behind bars, delivering books, dignity and connection, and showcasing how libraries quietly combat loneliness and change lives.
I actually forgot my speech. Thank you so much to James, the prison librarian, who's a co-lead on this project. Thank you so much to our teams at Oxgangs and mobile libraries, and prison libraries, especially Ainsley, Marina, Elsa, Michael. You guys were amazing. Thank you so much to the prisoners who took part in this and were happy to take part in some sort of rehabilitation project. That was amazing. And libraries are really under threat right now, and it feels really wonderful to be up here representing them. And thank you so much to the British Book Awards. Thank you to Hannah McKechnie, Grania Crawford, I forget the Scottish Prison Service, and Henley and Bruce, and everyone, thank you so much. Thank you.
Congratulations there. I love that panic as well. Don't forget to thank everyone, but you smashed it. Next, it's the British Book Award for Individual Bookseller of the Year. So this category rewards passionate booksellers whose expertise, leadership and dedication bring bookshops to life.
And in the running, Steph, are from House of Books and Friends, Leah Caffrey. From Bard Books, Kristen Griffin. From Max Minerva's Bookshop, Evelyn Heiss. From Waterstones St Andrews, Jack Kennedy. From Malden Books, Eleanor McKnight. From Book Bar, Chrissy Ryan. From Tales for Tadpoles, Caroline Sullivan. And from Wonderland Bookshop, Helen Tamblin Saville. Steph.
So, Alan, the individual bookseller of the year is Chrissy Ryan.
Now, Chrissy can't be with us this evening, but she has sent us this video.
What a huge honour to be given this award, not only because Book Bar has been like my life's passion since long before it was a physical shop, but reading has been my life's passion, and putting books into the hands of readers is the greatest joy I could ever have in my life. It is down to so many people, most of all the incredible Book Bar team, who are amazing booksellers. They're really fun, they're a little bit silly, but they care so much about books and people and bringing those two things together and building community around books. Thank you to the Book Bar community, to everyone who's bought a book, who's had a really long chat with me about books in the shop, or even just their live. Thank you so much to my lovely family and my partner for just like being the #1 champions always of me and of Book Bar. And finally, thank you so much to all the incredible booksellers out there who are doing the amazing work of bringing books into the world and giving them to people, and for instilling a love of books in people. Physical bookshops are the best thing on the planet. They are so important to community, and every single bookseller that is doing that every day, I'm in deepest admiration and respect. What an honour. I'm going to cry again. Thank you.
Well done to Chrissy there. And she makes that really important point as well, doesn't she, about booksellers. People go in for a book, but they do end up telling you their life story, don't they? It's like a frontline service amongst everything else. Next, the award for the Small Press of the Year, sponsored by TJ Books, world-class Cornwall book manufacturer, delivering passionate print solutions and end-to-end excellence. So congratulations to all of our regional and country finalists. Put your hands together for them. So, 10 shortlisted businesses triumphed, standing out for their commitment to imaginative, forward-looking and diverse independent publishing.
Absolutely. And on this shortlist, Steph, are these and other stories. Bedford Square Publishers. Broken Sleep Books. Charco Press. Duckworth Books. Flying Eye Books, Hungry Tomato, Otterbury Books, Townhouse, and Verve Books.
What a list. I love a small press. Right, Small Press of the Year is And Other Stories.
So yes, And Other Stories shines as Small Press of the Year, pairing prize-winning ambition with soaring sales and proving that creativity, conviction and commitment can outsize scale.
Gosh, I think I need a cigarette. 15 years of publishing, it still feels a bit like a dream, an illusion, so it's really wonderful to have this notice, so thank you. One good thing about being a small press is you're small enough to thank everyone in the team. So I really do want to thank Gary, amazing bookseller and our marketing man, Tara, Michael, Joe, Lucy, and our US office who work for us and a few other publishers for marketing, Cursor. And mainly, of course, there are people there's an Italian publisher, Roberto Calasso, who said that a publisher's list is a work of art in itself. I think maybe that's sort of publishers' bullshit slightly. We all muddle along, but the real works of art are the author's books. And so really our biggest thanks must go to the readers of those books. Many of you here in the room, thank you, booksellers, librarians, and to those authors, people like Preeti Taneja, Banu Mushtaq, Gerald Manane, Deborah Levy, Tisha Chin, so many people, I can't name them all, Karishma Joban Putra, Juan Pablo Villalobos. Really, without, it's the authors, so yeah, thank you to them.
Small press, big words, that's what we like. Right. Congratulations to And Other Stories, who will now go on, of course, to the shortlist for Independent Publisher. Our next award, however, goes to Children's Bookseller of the Year, sponsored by Macmillan Children's Books, the creator and publisher of absorbing tales for children of all ages. So this year's shortlist celebrates booksellers inspiring literacy, nurturing young readers, and strengthening communities.
In contention are Booker Bookshop, Books to Door, Griffin Books, Norfolk Children's Book Centre, Reading Rocks, Tales for Tadpoles, the Little Ripon Bookshop, the Paper Cat Children's Bookshop, Waterstones, and Wonderland Bookshop.
Excellent. So this award for Children's Bookseller of the Year, this is a bookshop I was in quite recently, Griffin Books.
Griffin Books' bold expansion has transformed children's bookselling in Wales, pairing ambition with inclusivity and proving that brave, values-led bookselling can flourish far beyond its town.
Wow. You can tell we weren't quite expecting that. This time last year, more or less, we were a very small bookshop with a tiny sort of children's end of the bookshop, but we had the amazing opportunity to expand into the unit next door and create a dedicated children's and teenage section. I want to pay tribute to the people who've really made that happen. So Ellen is our children's manager. She had the vision for how it should look. Megan is our schools manager, who does amazing work with schools week in, week out. Holly publicises everything in a really creative, silly way. And we've got an amazing team who are still back in the shop as well, making it all happen. Rachel, Dawn, Lucy and Sarah, and our weekend assistants. So it's definitely teamwork. These guys do it all and just make me look good, and I'm so proud of them. Thank you to Pan Macmillan, and just a shout out to our fantastic rep, Kate Bellows, who makes a lot of it happen with us and for us, and also has very helpfully provided me with 2 weekend assistants from her family, which is great. Anyway, thank you all so much. It's just a joy to be here. Thank you.
Well done there to Griffin Books, who are now, of course, in contention for Book Retailer of the Year. So moving on now to the award for export, sponsored by the Woodland Group, the leading global supply chain partner to the print and publishing industry. These shortlisted publishers overcame export challenges, my God, there are loads of them at the minute, to drive international growth. Alan?
Absolutely. Here we go with Atlantic Books, Bloomsbury, Bonnier, DK, Hachette UK, HarperCollins UK, Nosy Crow, Penguin Random House, and Princeton University Press.
Thank you. I was trying to work out from the screams which table had ordered the Sambuca shots that I saw coming down the stairs. The award goes to HarperCollins UK!
It is HarperCollins then, export team. They delivered a standout global year, driving record sales through bold partnerships, smart innovation, and ambitious international publishing.
We're quite shocked. I think we're the luckiest people to work in export, and not just because we get the trips, but because in a world that seems ever more divided, we get to be part of something that connects people across the countries and across the world. So it feels very special. But we have lots of people to thank, so you thank people.
Thank you to all of our customers around the world, because we are literally nothing without you. If you don't buy our books, then we are not here. Thank you to all of the authors, and the agents for bringing us absolutely incredible books, some of whom are here tonight. And thank you to our team, our wonderful team. Some of you tonight. And some of you are watching online, hopefully. Thank you so much. And to Laura as well, for putting all this submissions together. Incredible, thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Lots of love in the room there. It's time to announce now 2026's Rights Professional of the Year, sponsored by the Shara Book Authority, hosts of the Shara International Book Fair, with a mission to create a nation of readers. This award celebrates rights professionals delivering standout deals in challenging times. Alan.
On this shortlist, Steph, from Bloomsbury, Barney Dooley. Hachette UK's Group Rights Team. Nosy Crow's Rights Team. Pan Macmillan's Anna Shore. Rich Lit's Rachel Richardson. Simon & Schuster's Children's Rights Team. And Thames and Hudson's Josephine Seblon.
Okay, the Rights Professional of the Year is Anna Shore.
Yes, celebrated for exceptional deal-making and vision, Anna has driven major international growth for Pan Macmillan through sharp market insight, strategic leadership, and dedicated author care.
My goodness. Thank you so much. This feels really special. Thank you to the PanMac Rights team. This is entirely a collective achievement. Everything we do is a team effort, and I'm so proud to be part of such a brilliant and collaborative group. I'm also very grateful to my colleagues in the wider PanMac team, particularly in editorial, who are so creative and work so hard to buy world rights. And thank you to the authors and the agents who trust us with your work. It's really a privilege to represent you around the world. And finally, I'm lucky to have so many lovely friends all across the industry, in rights and scouting and international publishing, and you make it really fun. So thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Anna, and well done. Tonight's next award is destined for the Literary Agent of the Year, sponsored by the London Book Fair, the global marketplace for story creators and the hub of the publishing world. 8 literary agents excelled in 2025, overcoming fierce competition through smart deals and author development.
Steph, they are Ludo Cinelli, Hattie Grunwald, Anwen Hoosen, Rachel Mills, Chloe Seeger, Emma Shercliffe, Sarah Such, and Eve White.
And the winner is Rachel Mills!
And in case you didn't know, Rachel Mills is a formidable, values-driven literary agent of the year, delivering record results while fiercely championing her authors. Her vision, non-fiction flair, and exceptional care powered landmark deals, lasting careers, and cultural impact.
Oh my God, this is very surreal. It really feels like only yesterday that I was sitting at my kitchen table with a certificate from Companies House and a dream. And this really belongs to everyone who supported me and our small agency RML over the last 7 years. It's for Sarah and Peter, the business godparents, who have meant so much. You're the best mentors anyone could have. It's for the RML team. Nell, Alex, Nick, and Hermione, you are not only the loudest group of agents in the world, you're the most talented, creative, fun, kindest, brilliant team, and I couldn't ever do this without you. It's for all the publishers who continue to acquire our authors and bring their work out into the world. But most of all, of course, this is for the authors who put their trust in us and let us work with them creatively and look after their income. It's the greatest honor and the greatest responsibility and the greatest delight. And this just makes me want to do it all the more with even more excitement and even more enthusiasm. Thank you so much. Here's to many more years of our work.
I love all the support everyone has for each other in the industry as well. So next it's the award for Editor and Imprint of the Year, which is sponsored by book production specialist for monochrome books, Clears. This award recognises editors and imprints shaping successful lists through creative leadership and editorial excellence.
And on the shortlist, Steph R. Autumn, led by Mike Heron. Harper Voyager, led by Natasha Barden. Hodescape, led by Molly Powell. HQ, led by Lisa Milton. Phoenix, led by Francesca Main. Piatkus, led by Gina Luck. Poison Pen Press, led by Anna Michaels and Yanakovsky. Simon & Schuster Children's Books, led by Yasmin Morrissey. Scepter, led by Federico Andomino. Scribner UK, led by Sophie Missing and Chris White. Tor, led by Gillian Green and Bella Pagan. And Pushkin Vertigo, led by Daniel Seton. Steph.
Alan, thank you. So the winner of Editor and Imprint of the Year is Yasmin Morrissey!
Yasmin is a children's publishing powerhouse, if you like, driving record growth and bold new imprints at Simon & Schuster, while championing inclusive, future-facing storytelling.
Hi. I did not expect to win, but I promised MC Grammar that if I did, I would put these on. And he has promised me shots. So, Jacob. And now that I am up here, this is my Oscars moment, so 30 seconds will not be a thing. Thank you to the Bookseller. It feels really, really special to win this award in the first year as an editor and imprint category, but even more special to win it as children and young adult editor for National Year of Reading. Congratulations to all the other brilliant editors who were shortlisted and to all of the brilliant editors who weren't. This award, as I said, for the first year is for editor and imprint. I need to take these off, Jacob. I can't see. I'm sorry. Sorry. And the imprint did so much of the heavy lifting in this submission. I work with some of the most innovative, passionate, ambitious, brilliant people. We are like this mad, dysfunctional family who are making books that we think kids really want to read, and I think we're achieving that. And I'm so proud that we all get to go on this journey together. So SNS, thank you. To my lovely authors, a couple of whom are here tonight, and excuse me, you're all welcome for the MC Grammar and Michael Rosen bromance that you didn't know you all needed, but you definitely did. Authors, you brilliant, beautiful, bonkers individuals. I do not understand you. I don't understand how your amazing minds work. But you make my life brilliant and challenging and amazing every single day. Thank you so much. You transport me into worlds that I don't belong in, but I love it so much. And the last thing that I wanted to say is that publishing remains, sadly still, quite a closed industry in the staff that we hire and the books that we publish. When I began my career in publishing, I didn't fit the traditional editorial publishing mold, and I've been told that on several occasions in my career. When I was offered my first editorial assistant role, it was because someone saw something different in me and they were willing to take the chance. And since then, that person has been my mentor. And they've shaped me into the editor that I am today. She's taught me that there's no such thing as a bad idea and to be brave and bold in the publishing I do. And I've been really, really lucky to have more than one mentor during my career. All fantastic, badass women in publishing who aren't afraid to champion someone, teach them, share wisdom, invest time in that person. So to all of those mentors who are all sitting over there at that SNS table, I hope you all know who you are and how grateful I am to you all for taking a chance on a non-traditional publishing girly. So thank you.
My God, I want to go and work for Yasmin. She's class, isn't she? Next, it's Designer of the Year, introducing designers shaping standout books and campaigns through exceptional creativity and visual storytelling.
And in the running, Steph are Michaela Alcano, James Anal, Luke Bird, Benjamin Hughes, Simon Michel, Henry Patrides, Rafaela Ramaya, Charlotte Strumer, and Joe Thompson.
The Designer of the Year is Luke Bird.
And I can tell you now that Luke Bird's win celebrates bold simplicity. His striking covers elevated publishers large and small, proving outstanding design can transform a book's impact and success.
Wow, thank you so much. I'm incredibly grateful to the publisher who first took a chance on me straight out of art school, which is Canongate Books, and the one who helped shape my work so profoundly, Faber & Faber. And thank you to the publishers and authors who continue to trust me with their books, lots of whom are in this room tonight. Your faith and collaboration mean absolutely everything. Give your designer the freedom and space to challenge convention and bring bold, original ideas to the table. They bring not only a talent for design, but also a deep understanding of the market and a sensitivity to the story and voice of the book they've been entrusted with. We must continue to embrace covers and designs that are as daring and dynamic as the stories they represent. Thank you so much.
Beautifully put, Luke. Thank you. So next is the all-important and coveted award for Book Retailer of the Year, sponsored by Penguin Random House, the world's leading and first truly global book publishing company. So these diverse book retailers highlight modern reading engagement during the National Year of Reading. Alan.
Steph on the shortlist this time are Book Lovers Bookshop, Books to Door, Bookshop.org, Frontline Retail Solutions, Griffin Books, Monwell, Rossiter Books, Waterstones, W.H. Smith, and World of Books.
Our winner of Book Retailer of the Year is Waterstones!
Yeah, Waterstones delivered a standout year, really, growing sales through brilliant bookselling, thousands of events, and empowered local teams.
Thank you very much for this. We are incredibly proud of our 3,000 booksellers who champion books to readers up and down the land. The power of booksellers putting books into people's hands, matching books to readers, and creating booksellers. As the awards earlier tonight have highlighted so powerfully, Now, more than ever, the importance of physical books and human connection has never been more apparent. We're enormously grateful for support from across the industry, from so many people in this room and beyond, who work in partnership with our fantastic head office team to support the book selling in our shops and online so brilliantly. I'm honoured to accept this award on their and our booksellers' behalf. Thank you.
Well done to Waterstones. Did you see how quick she was up onto the stage then? That's productivity for you, isn't it? So next up is Independent Publisher of the Year, celebrating the impact of independent publishing.
Absolutely. And in the running this time, Steph R. and Other Stories. Boldwood Books. Boydell and Brewer. Canongate. Grafeg. Giuffre Books. Pushkin Press. SPCK. Swift Press. And Titan Books.
Oh, this is a biggie. Right, are you ready? The Independent Publisher of the Year is Pushkin Press!
Pushkin Press delivered a phenomenal year, pairing startup energy with near doubling sales, trend-defining hits, and bold backlist reinvention, showing how vision, design, and ambition can transform an independent publisher's impact.
Thank you so much on behalf of everyone at Pushkin Press. Now, he couldn't be here tonight, but really Adam Freudenheim, our founder and managing director, should be on the stage accepting this award. And it's really his vision and leadership which is why we're here. It's great fun to work with someone whose enthusiasm for books is so infectious and whose ambition for publishing, for what publishing can be, is so generous. We've had a big year, a massive year, but it's not come out of the blue. It's the result of years of dedication from an outstanding team. It's the unwavering belief in that team, trusting their instincts and their creative passions. It's the collaboration with our authors from around the world. It's having the courage to be up and coming, and I really hope we'll be up and coming for a really long while yet. Independent publishers are at the heart of our literary culture, and at Pushkin Press, we truly believe in the books we publish. We believe in the power of a cacophony of voices speaking across borders. We believe in art, and we do what we do with love, and it's a daily thrill to be part of that. Thank you very much.
Well done to Pushkin Press. We now come to Children's Publisher of the Year, sponsored by Publiship, a dedicated logistics partner, handling only books, delivering with care, reliability and personal service built on 40 years of specialist... Oh, someone's just popped a cork, lovely. 40 years, I hope it's not too early. 40 years of specialist expertise. The Children's Publisher Award celebrates publishers leading the charge to inspire children's reading amid industry challenges. Alan.
And the finalist, Steph R. Anderson Press. David Fickling Books. DK. Far Shore. Magic Cat. Nosy Crow. Penguin Random House Children's. Scholastic. Simon & Schuster Children's Books, and Osborne.
The Children's Publisher of the Year is Scholastic.
Indeed, Scholastic powers through to Children's Publisher of the Year after an extraordinary 2025, delivering blockbuster bestsellers and industry-leading marketing while championing diversity, literacy, and a lifelong love of reading.
You were all supposed to come up over there. I'm going to tell you off tomorrow. So finally, the odds are in our favour. Thank you to the bookseller, to the judges, and to all the amazing children's publishers for producing such brilliant books this year. Thank you to our partners at Scholastic US. They really are our colleagues and friends across the ocean. Thank you to the retailers, librarians, and teachers that play such an enormous part in ensuring children get the right book at the right time. Dave Pilkey is amazing and was at Waterstones yesterday. He drew on the wall with permission, and he drew Read What You Love, just perfect. And in order to do that, we need brilliant people to inspire kids to find what they love. So thank you to those who take a chance on something new and find just the right book for them. We are so lucky to work with rock stars of our world, the authors and illustrators who entrust us with the work and bring joy to readers in increasingly innovative ways. And thank you for all you do for inspiring Team Scholastic to do more. As children's publishers, rather than give away what we value for free, let's figure out how we persuade all the adults in kids' lives that reading unlocks superpowers, that reading allows you to be successful at school, that reading fires your imagination, that reading readies you for AI, and that reading is key to being understanding, empathetic, and just a great all-round human, like we've got in this room today. Let's shout about what kids are reading rather than that they're not reading, and make that what so sticky and exciting that more want to join the gang. Finally, we know in publishing there is nothing like the hive mind. My special thanks goes to the utterly brilliant hive at Scholastic, who approach conversations about dogs, cats, doodles, squirrels, murder, capybaras, arenas, penguins, and poo with exactly the same level of intensity that the McLaren Formula One team would do, or Mikel Arteta at his Arsenal team talk. Come on, you Gunners. So, Scholastic team, you truly are a joy. You inspire me to work harder and do more every day. And we've finally done it. Let's crack open the bubbles. Thank you.
Beautifully put. Such a good point, isn't it? So well made there. Right, gang, we're at the penultimate award. Arguably the most hotly contested category of the British Book Awards. It's for Publisher of the Year. Can I have a bit more enthusiasm then? Thank you. So, now quiet. Shh. Thanks. So this significant accolade is sponsored by World of Books, dedicated to helping customers read more and waste less through all of its channels, including World of Books and World of Books Sell Your Book. To present this award, we welcome the Managing Director of the Bookseller, Alistair Smith.
We are nearly at the end of this fantastic evening, so I would like to take just a very short moment on behalf of everyone at the Bookseller to thank our fabulous BSL interpreters, Jenny and Lawrence, our voice of the Nibbies, Alan Dedico.
Thanks, Alistair.
Everyone else who made tonight so special, and of course, our wonderful host, Steph McGovern. Hasn't she been wonderful? And now, with no further ado, Alan, the nominees, please.
Absolutely, Alistair. On the shortlist are Canongate, Harper Fiction, John Murray, Little Brown, Nosy Crow, the Orion Publishing Group, Pushkin Press, Transworld, Usborne, and Wonderbly. So, Alistair, I throw it back to you, the winner, if you would, please.
The tension. The publisher of the year is Little Brown.
Yeah, Little Brown Book Group wins after a sensational 2025, delivering record sales, major prizes and bestseller dominance through ambition, diversity-led leadership and some outstanding author care.
Oh, I don't believe it. I've got a crumpled bit of paper, excuse me. This is amazing. A particularly wonderful and unexpected end to the evening. Before I say anything else, I want to say thank you to Philip, the Bookseller team, and everyone else involved in putting on the Nibbies. It's a huge amount of effort, pressure, and a lot of wrangling with us publishers, and we really appreciate it. Thank you. And thank you to the judges for this recognition. It's an honour to be accepting the Publisher of the Year award on behalf of everyone at Little Brown. Publishing is a team game, and every single person at LB deserves this award for their dedication, their skill, and their immense spirit. Well done, team. You are the best, and I'm very proud to be one of you. Quickly, some more thank yous. Firstly, thank you to our friends at fellow shortlisted Hachette divisions, Orion and John Murray, who would have been equally deserving of this award. And what a shortlist in general, our admiration to the other publishers up for the award. Thank you to everyone at Hachette who worked so hard to make Little Brown's books a success last year. The teams across all Hachette's group departments, our colleagues at Hachette offices around the world, our colleagues, superstars at Hachette Distribution, particular thanks to everyone on the Hachette leadership team. You know who you are, but particularly to David Shelley for being such a generous, inspiring leader, and to Katie Espiner for all her support and comradeship over the last year. Thank you to everyone we work with across the industry, our friends in the agent community, our retail partners, our suppliers, the booksellers, librarians and media who do so much to connect our authors' work with readers. This industry is an endlessly supportive, inspiring place to be, and I hope everyone will carry on striving to make it as inclusive and accessible as possible for future generations. I think it's an industry we're all very lucky to work into, and I hope we'll all continue to work together to tackle the reading crisis, safeguarding the future of our industry, promoting both literacy and reading for pleasure, and thus improving life chances for young people across the UK and all our markets. At Hachette, we're really proud of our Raising Readers programme and thrilled to be working with you all, that's all of you, on the National Year of Reading, which we hope will create lasting change. Of course, there would be no National Year of Reading, no reading full stop, without authors. So this award is for Little Brown's authors, every single one of them. We are lucky to have two authors with us tonight in Anna Huang and Sir Tony Robinson, which is a real pleasure. Little Brown's publishing is the broadest of churches, and working with such a rich variety of talented writers is a privilege and a joy. They motivate us and inspire us to do what we do every day. Thank you so much, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your night.
Well done to Little Brown there. So we're at the final award. Before we reveal the winner, a quick reminder that you can read more about all of this year's Nibbies, in the Booksellers Awards supplement, which will be published later tonight. You can also hear from many of our shortlisted authors on the Nibbies podcast and catch interviews from the Nibbies studio in the coming weeks. Full details of that are on the British Book Awards website. Final award, and then you can go wild. Bit of feedback from me as well. You work in the words industry and yet struggle to do the words I said you should do on an acceptance speech. We might need a few more editors next year. No, I'm kidding. So, this final award goes to one of the remarkable books already celebrated tonight, as it is crowned Book of the Year. 13 brilliant contenders, but only one winner. And this is what this year's judges had to say about it.
We chose this book because it's an incredibly important and powerful book, and the publishing was completely flawless.
It is a book that has genuinely changed both publishing and the wider world. It's a book that's brought people into bookshops.
It just hit all the criteria, the way the publishers navigated the release of telling the story in a very sensitive way.
And this book just couldn't be beaten on any of those three pillars.
It felt important. It felt important that this one win.
Absolutely essential reading. It was without a doubt the winner and was always going to be the winner.
You will be shocked to hear the British Book Awards Book of the Year is Nobody's Girl by Virginia Roberts Giuffre, co-written with Amy Wallace.
And to accept the award, please welcome Kim Young, Susanna Waitson, and Alison Barrow.
Come on, proud women. Thank you to the bookseller and the judges. This is for Virginia Roberts Giuffre. Her courage... Thank you. Her courage and resilience inspired us all, and the way this book continues to challenge those in power shows the power we have as publishers. We're so sad that Virginia isn't here to bear witness to what her book has achieved. And I'm really proud to work for Penguin Random House that supports those who don't have a voice and those who have been silenced. The thank yous belong to a team of inspiring women who stand here on the stage with me. First, yay. First, to Amy Wallace, Virginia's collaborator, who has not only stood alongside Virginia in the writing of the book, but then stood by us. The team at Transworld, who, when they read Virginia's words, could not rest until we found a way to publish. Susanna started on that publishing journey in 2021, and her editorial relationship with Emily Cunningham in the US has been key to its global publication. Alison and Izzy, who have, I'm going to edit this, won tonight for their impactful campaign, Sinead Martin and Lucy Middleton, whose legal support allowed this book into the light. Incredible women, one and all. And finally, my pleasure is to introduce Virginia's brother Sky and his wife Amanda, who are carrying the torch. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Sky Roberts, and I am the brother of Virginia Roberts Giuffre, and this is my wife Amanda Roberts. And on behalf of our family, we would just like to say thank you to the British Book Awards, and we are truly honored to accept this award on Virginia's behalf for her memoir, Nobody's Girl. Virginia truly did inspire millions upon millions out there. She spoke truth into power and inspired survivors and everybody out there that an ordinary person can do extraordinary things.
This book being a #1 seller for weeks in a row is not an accident. It is a true testament to what a survivor's voice can do when finally given the space to be heard. She inspired millions not just to be seen, for survivors to be seen, but called us to action.
We hope that publishing houses around the world continue to elevate voices like Virginia, and we truly hope that her voice continues to inspire you to keep pushing this industry forward. Thank you.
Thank you.
Absolutely amazing book, and brilliant to get that video from Virginia's family there as well. Well, that's it. Congratulations to all of tonight's winners. A big thank you as well to our judges, all of our award presenters, our sponsors and partners. Let's give them a round of applause, everyone. Also, from me, I've had a really lovely time as well. It's lovely to stand here as well and see so many people I respect and admire in this industry. Some I don't. But for you all, keep doing what you're doing because it is amazing. And if you didn't win, you know, you made it to the shortlist. Tough shit, try harder next year. But thank you for being here, both in the room and for everyone watching online as well. And finally, wherever you are, we hope you carry on your celebrations for the rest of the night. Why not? Go wild. See you all and good night.
Let's hear it for the brilliant Steph McGovern.
You into football? Yeah. You're not really into it until you read into it. Whatever you're into, reading lets you go all in.